Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E.N.E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You get in this place. E.N.E. the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, info cups of Hennessy. E.N.E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard they self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never like, glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn a page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E.N.E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side bad jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VBS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's
tickets.
go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah, what up? Y'all already know when it is. It's Friday night. We here. Y'all know how we do it. You know what I'm talking about? The regular situation should be back in effect tomorrow, man. Listen here, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. It's hard to not use other content. Right. And ever since I'm gonna do a show on this too. Ever since they got rid of net neutrality a few years ago, that's when all this bullshit started going on. Right? That nigga something was weird as fuck. But it's like a bump or something on this shit.
All right, guys. Yeah, because it's something.
That shit look weird as hell. Nah, but y'all know we here, man. It's Friday night wrap up, man. Me and my brother King Els is in the building. You did. You already know what it is, man. It's a celebratory night, man. Tap in, walk with us, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. You don't already know, man. It's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wait for a couple more people to fall up in the situation. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday night wrap up. We here. You know what I'm talking about? It's a beautiful thing. A lot of crazy stuff happened this week. OG, what's good, Mike?
OG, what up?
What's good with you, OG, man? You feel me? Tap in, walk with us, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? A lot of crazy stuff that sit up here and happened this week, man. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying?
Y'all know the biggest.
You said what now?
I know. We gonna get to it. I mean, we go more in depth on Tuesday because we got great.
Talking about sports?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna save all sports talk for Tuesday, man. Save all sports talk for Tuesday. I said sports talk. Sports talk for Tuesday.
It's a great week.
Nah, but you got some monumental news to share tonight, though, man. So you know what I'm saying. Why don't you go ahead and share that news, or if you don't mind, man.
Oh yeah.
We got great news. Hold on, let me take this off the screen.
Yeah.
You said, why is New York flooding? You mean like flooding?
Yeah.
Like the streets is flooding with water?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Y'all seen the day after tomorrow, right? Y'all see the day after tomorrow, right? Yeah. Oh, hold on, but I'm gonna look into that. And shouts out to everybody in New York, man. I hope y'all staying dry, man. No, like real talk. If y'all flooding out there with all the man.
Yeah, that's not good.
So y'all flooding in two ways. Y'all actually literally flooding with water, and y'all flooding with illegal immigrants. Now I wonder, in New York City's climate action and resilient plan, is one of their weather calamities extreme water events or extreme flooding events?
You know, they already had an issue with that Sandy when
I would imagine it would be.
Yeah, when you on that coast and they had that hurricane hit that one time, remember? And it fucked up that part of New York, right? Because that's over or across the bridge. Like we used to go to the beach there, and that whole boardwalk was towed up, y'all. Like I mean, that shit was fucked up. So yeah, I mean, if you on that coast. And it's crazy because if I was staying in New York, I would have been actually staying right off the beach, right? Because they was offering lower prices for the housing out there, and that's where we was looking at before we moved back to the city. So, you know, you just gotta be careful when you out there in New York and you ain't inside the city and you on Long Island. You know, that's right there by the water. Parts of Brooklyn is by the water. You know, anywhere by the water you might not want to be by. If you're in New York,
I would suggest it. XL Pro, what happened, babe? My brother XL Pro in the building, man. Thanks for sending me them stories, man. We're gonna share a couple of them, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But L though, man, go ahead and let them know the good news, brother.
Yeah. So as y'all know, we've been talking about it. We got the donations dropping on the 21st. I ain't got the label on. I ain't even have a chance.
We don't need it.
Birds, you know, he get the good, he get the bottles fresh off the banger, you know what I mean? Right off the batch, like out the box.
Straight drop.
Yeah, straight drop, black label. But I did a little tasting, like the homies at work, they've been wanting to try it. They hear me talking about it. So I had a couple bottles that I brought up to the job today just to do a nice little wine tasting. And it hit that floor. I'm gonna tell you this. It was already the end of the day, so a lot of people already left on a Friday. A lot of people don't even come to work on Friday on the job. So, I mean, it might have only been about 10 people, and I'm telling you, when I had 3.5 cases ordered off top.
You said 3.5 cases.
Homie ordered a whole case. everybody, like I got orders 2, 3, like so my pre-orders is flooding in. So one of the things I wanted to say is, you know, because my people is my people. So now I want to reach out to my people because I know once they start telling people, especially next week, the word is going to start. You know how word of mouth is. And once that word of mouth is going to go up, but I'd rather holler at my people and let them get the chance to pre-order first. So it is going to be a limited batch, but I'm also already on a rush order to make sure we're going to have y'all set for the holidays too. But it's going to drop the 21st.
That would be an awesome Christmas gift.
Yeah, and hopefully I could bring y'all something special too and release something, you know, a little bubbly, but we'll get to that later.
Your man on there, Surveil, come back on the show when he get that thing popping, man.
Mm-hmm.
He told me when he get it perfected, he get the recipe for perfected. He told me he was gonna hit me up and come on the show and talk about it.
We're gonna do we imagining great things, but you know, today, like I said, it kind of reaffirmed what I was feeling was going to be a good thing, and the way people was ready on it, ordering whole cases and just ready to go. I was like, hold up. Before it even hit the whole floor of work, because we got 2 floors, and like I said, that was just my row, just my two rows, and it's about 20 rows in each floor. two rows got to taste it, and I already got a little over 3 cases ordered. So with that being said, I just want to make sure I let all my people know I want them to get their dibs before I really let it go fire sale, and I'd rather put some of them on the back end order for the next batch.
Right.
But I'd rather the people that's known about it way longer, you know, I'm that kind of businessman. Like, I want y'all to get the chance to get it before it really go to the point where it's gonna go. And then I know to start ordering according to order, and it look like I'm about to have to try to keep this shit in stock. But you know, I'm glad people really like it. They vibe with it. I could tell even the people that don't even drink wine was like, yo, like it's really good. You know, I got an offer for one of the homies who does a lot of the what they call it. He's a mixologist, and I didn't even know this, and I was literally sat behind this cat for 4 months.
Not a mixologist.
To the point where he does the menus for Mitchell Steakhouse, Mandrake. He actually does their drink menus and creates them for them.
So Mitchell's is nice, man.
So he named off like 8 bars downtown. Mandrake is the hottest rooftop right now. And, you know, Lincoln Social, like
where's the Mandrake at?
That's like right down there. It's right on High Street. You know, right there in that little area where all the little rooftop joints is.
I'm trying to think if I've been to the Mandrake one before.
But that's the best. That's supposedly that's the one that everybody, you know, that's the hottest one right now.
Okay.
But he you know, he was like, yo, man, he didn't even have to offer this or nothing. And it's funny because I walked over there to actually holler at my other cat. And like I said, it was only 2 people in that whole side of the office. This after work is over. But I was ready to leave, and it was a little bit left. And I'm like, I forgot to tell him, because when I was sitting by him when I first started the process over 8 months ago, he was one of the first people I told. So I took it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, homie sitting there, and he just happened to still be at work. 2 people on that side. I give it. At first, he was like, I don't even want no wine. I'm like, cool. And then I was like, you know, it's my. I kind of mentioned after that it was my wine. Yeah, oh, sure, I'm gonna try it. And then that's when he tried it. You know, same reaction I see everybody. They kind of jumped back a little bit, like, oh,
that's really
good.
Shake
their head. You know what I mean? That's a damn near the same reaction. And then he was like, shit, I'm gonna mix out. And then he released information I just told y'all, how he do the menus and creates their menus. And was like, I'll create one for you. Because I was telling him I want to make this an experience. I don't want this to just be a wine you just think to pop a bottle all the time. Like, I want this to be something you can make drinks with. I'm going to have different. He just offered to do a menu for me just based off of the wine. So I'll have a menu for you.
That's what's up.
So you could take it to a different experience. And that was what I was telling Verge. Like,
yeah, man.
My vision is a little different than just having people drink wine. I'm going to have you with the wine openers, the Don H wine openers. I already looked into it. Those is going to be coming.
Right.
I'm going to have you with the bottle stopper. So once you pop your bottle, you can preserve it. You know what I mean? I'm going to get custom bottle stoppers. I'm gonna get the nice little joints for your Christmas. I'm gonna package it up for y'all at low prices. And I feel like, you know, Ace, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep it at the lowest prices I can so y'all can expand and do what y'all want to do. And then we can branch off and talk about distribution wherever. Like, you know, it's all about eating. We're gonna make it happen. This is gonna be a way that not only I can eat, but everybody can eat. And so, Red, like, we're gonna really, like you said, bring my homie back on the Wiggles back on the show.
For sure.
And we're gonna make that happen.
I remember when I had my man Cervelle come on the show, man. He was one of the first guests on the show when I really started going heavy. You know what I'm saying? We got all type of stuff, and we got the Don coming, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have all type of drinks for y'all. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
About to have that the merch. So, that's a triple check.
It's a triple check, y'all. So, you know
what I'm talking about, man?
Like I said, I just want y'all to get the opportunity first, and then here I'm gonna do a page where y'all gonna be able to see some of the information, and I'm gonna PDF it to whoever wants it. I'm gonna show y'all how to cook with it, everything. Man, I'll tell y'all, we're gonna make this an experience, and you know, shout out to Verge again for plugging me.
You already know, man.
Wiggles. And me, you know, we all connected because I seen Verge do the show with him.
Right.
And this is how the power of connection is, y'all.
Yeah. And
I just happened to reach out to him just on my own accord off of what I saw, what he spoke on with Verge. Right. And then next thing you know, we started doing the test run for my joint. I told him, like, that's the one right there. That's
the one.
That's
custom fit to your. I'm telling you, man, my man Cervelle code.
Yeah, this is the only. Yeah, he was even surprised. Like, you know, as a man has been, and that's what really made me even stand behind the product even more. As him being a connoisseur in the business and been doing this for years, solidified in it. Y'all could check the resume, you know, and for him to tell me how much he liked it after he blended it, that, you know, made me think that I was on to something nice. You know, the flavors that I picked out was a nice palette of flavors that rock. And he told me he rock with it. And, you know, I'm excited, y'all. And I want y'all to get y'all's piece to at least be able to get y'all a couple bottles and whatever you want to do first before it really go fast. But I'm always make sure my people get the first orders off the bat.
Yeah, man. You tap in with us, man. I'm telling you.
But I'm going to get y'all the information. Hit me up, E.N.E at Gmail. If you need to get anything, you know what I mean, pre-ordered, you can hit me up anytime, you know? Or y'all got all stacks information.
We about to be going in. I'm telling you.
So, you know, he got all his information on the page. So you already know.
Hey, y'all need to know any of my info, contact info, any of that, just go to the about section. It's all there.
It's all there.
My email, PayPal, Cash App, other social engineering, you know what I'm talking about. Get at me, man. You hear me?
And he, you know, he is shooting through my way.
For sure. It's nothing.
Yeah, man. It was exciting to because, you know, when you do it amongst family and friends, you know, they always
salute. So it's only why we do a toast.
Salute. And Verge made the drink.
Yeah, this is the
what you gonna call the drink that you made?
This the
now everything is getting stamped.
Yeah, everything getting stamped. This we sipping on the this is the E.N.E juice right here, man. You hear me?
Hey, that's gonna be part of the pilot.
This is E.N.E. This is E.N.E juice right here. This is 1800 silver. You know, talking about and mixed with the Don H.
The Prince blend.
You did the Prince blend. You did. So we're gonna say cheers to E.N.E, of course. Rest in the essence, the Big Don. He was OG. You hear me?
Yeah, you already know. More life, y'all.
You know what I'm talking about? Friday night, man. That's a good drink there.
Yeah, that is.
And it's right just like that. Don't need no ice or nothing. I'm a room temperature type of job, even when it comes to alcohol, wine especially. I like drinking wine, room temperature, if slightly chill, if anything.
Yeah, you can.
You know, but I like it room temperature. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm talking about. Tap in, walk with us. You know we're going to have that A Real Talk especial coming too. You know what I'm talking about, man? Listen, man, we got a lot of time about that merch about to become. Visuals, all that. Tap in, walk with us. So it's only right. We gotta play some music now, man. After we sit up there and did that, man. And I feel like hold on, what?
Ghetto Gods.
Ghetto Gods.
Yeah.
Well, that's the song you want to play?
Yeah, that's the perfect one.
All right, that's off of the what's the name, right?
This song was inspired by all of us, like all my homies. Like when I wrote that joint, that's why this is one of them songs that I really rock with heavy, because it's more of a celebratory song for all my homies like Stacks and
right.
Just anybody that was going through some shit. They wasn't supposed to be in a certain position, made it out and maximized it, and now, did something from nothing. When they talk about getting it out the mud, whatever the new slang is for it, that's what we talking about,
Tap in, walk with us, man. Ghetto Guys off of that Trio Vibe music, man. Go get it right now, man. All streaming platforms. You need.
Lighten up this endo, floating on this instrumental, walk you through what I done been through. Ghetto dreams turn us to ghetto gods. All I wanted was a fast yellow car, plus a fast yellow bra. We align with the stars, see the dream was never fall. Lighten up this endo, floating on this instrumental, walk you through what I done been through. Even when it's heated, pulls all of the mansions. As our conversations expand on expansions. When I feel best, wherever the sand is. Ain't a better way that I could have planned this. Back when the Ella sat on them early 20s. I never gave a care if they really want me. I let a hater do their job they supposed to hate. It's mad funny when they used to eat up off your plate. Lighten up this endo, floating on this instrumental, walk you through what I done been through. Ghetto dreams turn us to ghetto gods. All I wanted was a fast yellow car, plus a fast yellow bra. We align with the stars, see the dream was never fall. Lighten up this endo, floating on this instrumental, walk you through what I done been through. Well, let me be Pacific, cause the coast was Atlantic. Kept all my beats branded. It's going down, Titanic. Rest in the essence. Plus the take was gigantic. It was legendary. Then we had to switch the hustle. Just think of young Russell. Immersion state runs, greenbacks in the duffel. John B. witness about 200 in the basement. The moves were straight reckless, no thoughts was complacent. OG told me never rush, always take your time. When you never hate it, escalate your shine. My homie Tone got 400 kicks for the kids. We just trying to show them how we never lived. The Kingdom League taking lost souls off the streets. We just trying to make sure every generation eat. Knowing the man in the mirror ain't for the weak. I ain't satisfied with one, I need the whole fleet. King, lighten up this endo, floating on this instrumental, walk you through what I done been through. Ghetto dreams turn us to ghetto gods. All I wanted was a fast yellow car, plus a fast yellow bra. We align with the stars, see the dream was never fall. Lighten up this endo, floating on this instrumental, walk you through what I done been through. King. It's crazy how some of the niggas you think the most talented, and the niggas who you didn't, like, you knew they was talented. Everybody's talented that makes it. Let's get that clear.
Yeah, man.
The niggas who I expected to go to the farther places is crazy. The niggas who went the farthest places in sports aren't the niggas who, from our city, you would have thought would have went the farthest. Does that make sense to y'all? Like the most talent, like I would say the most talented niggas who probably had all the records. You know what I mean? The niggas who was the more hyped up niggas, like it seemed like they didn't go to the heights. Like the NFLs or the NBAs, like the cats, they just, like, that's why I say hard work beats talent, bro. Like, that's one of the realest shits. And we could talk about that from Columbus, because the best niggas didn't make it out of Columbus. Esteban Weaver was a nigga that was ranked over Kobe for a little bit. He never did nothing on the NBA level or nothing. But he's a legend in the city. He still go out there in these programs and play against these NBA cats and drop 30 like it's water. You know what I mean? One of the coldest niggas ever. You know what I mean? But he was a ghetto guy. Y'all, you gotta give it to Esteban, man. Esteban is a legend. That nigga, he's a nut. But you know, that's my homie. Every time I see Esteban, it's all love, man. That's one of the most down-to-earth niggas that actually had that superstardom. Because back then, you know, being ranked, that nigga was ranked number 1 in the nation. Then number 2, you know, they put Kobe over it. But yeah. Niggas with Esteban Weaver, look him up. He got that homage documentary, man. Y'all gotta start really looking at Columbus, man. We always had some of the best niggas. You know, our homie was Lance Moore. That's one of the cats I grew up with. Won a Super Bowl with the Saints. And Lance, he was the same height. He 5'9", stocky. He had hands. Supposed to go to Old State. Old State kind of passed up on him. He set every record in Ohio with the receiving records. They still passed up. He broke every record at Toledo. They still passed up on him, didn't draft him. And nigga walked on the punt team down in Miami. The next thing you know, he was up in Cleveland. Next thing you know, he was on the Saints. Receiving core got decimated. And the year they went to the Super Bowl, he got to catch the 2-point conversion and put him up to help him win the Super Bowl. Columbus is on, you know what I mean? We got legends in Columbus, man. Y'all probably don't even know it.
Well, nigga L going in over here. Hit that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. You know what I'm talking about?
Gotta get y'all hit with the city, man. Y'all gotta start learning something about where we from, man.
Niggas know, man. They know it's Columbus.
I mean, they know, but you know, just so they know, you know.
Niggas know about Columbus.
But my whole point with that was that, you know what I mean, hard work beat talent, man. So, you know, if y'all out there working hard towards your dreams, goals, whatever it is, just keep working hard. No matter if you see somebody that might got more followers and whatever it may be in a better position, just keep putting your work in. Just keep working. Because that hard work beats talent any day. And you're going to make it to the top. You know, eventually it's going to come back to you. On another note, we talk about Columbus.
Yeah, we got to go to the city again, man. You know what I mean?
On another note,
all right.
we're going to keep it in the city.
We're going to keep it in the city. You know what I'm talking about? Let me put it up on the screen here for y'all, man.
So, kind of was perfect the way that I
Yeah, that was a perfect segue, too. I got to say that was a perfect segue.
Yeah.
That was a perfect segue, man.
Yeah.
This nigga Aubrey, right? Let me come up.
Bring me up, bring me down.
Right.
It's going to be a roller coaster ride.
Let me come up on you niggas, man.
Right.
This nigga Aubrey, man.
I knew he was going to do it, too.
Yeah, I'm talking about this nigga Aubrey, man.
That nigga about to skip over all these types of.
So this is the second time in a row this guy Aubrey set up here and was supposed to come to the city and perform. What, a Nationwide?
Yeah.
A Nationwide, which is a
Definitely
damn good venue. You feel me? It's probably the best venue in the city.
I've seen Drake there before.
That and the Shot is probably the two best venues in the city.
Yeah, I got to see Drake there when he.
And don't get me wrong, Promo West Live is, Kimber Live is nice too, but as far as a Drake concert, definitely Nationwide Arena for sure.
Yeah, because these are arenas.
Arena or Schottenstein's Arena.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like, that's where the Wu-Tang concert going to be at next week at the Shop. You know what I'm saying? I've been searching for Wu-Tang gear for 2 weeks and I ain't been able to find none yet.
You know what?
I ain't been able to find no Wu-Tang hoodies, tees,
nothing. Let me know where you at. Shoot me your ticket area, and I'm about to.
I can tell you that right now.
I was supposed to go out of town last week to go hit it up, and then we was bullshitting. So I'm gonna fuck around and just hit it up again. This is I seen them when they was in they were somewhere near Cleveland. We went up there last November, but they got a different lineup though, because Meth wasn't there because he was recording some movie or some shit, so he didn't come. De La Soul definitely wasn't there. It was just Wu-Tang and Nas. So
Wu-Tang, Nas, and De La Soul will be here next Wednesday.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna just copy.
You know,
man. Just go and fucking kick it, man. Might as well. It's in my
He said, did you try Jimmy Jazz? I ain't tried neither one of them. You hear me?
Which one?
Jimmy Jazz or Snipes.
For what?
I ain't ordered enough from Jimmy Jazz in years. You hear me?
Nah, bro, here, I could give you a plug. Oh, man, yeah. Shit, you could damn near go get you a Wu-Tang shirt from motherfucking Target. You know, they be having a graphic tee. That's where I got.
You know, that was just, I didn't go to Kohl's or Target. You feel me?
That's where I got my
This is my section right here.
Send it to me, bro.
And just look at it.
You got to send me the section now. I want to make sure I know the number.
I'll just screenshot. I'm just screenshot and send it to
you. Or you could just text me your section. Or, yeah, because I just want to, because I'm going to get my ticket. I might as well just, I'll be near you or something. Like, fuck it. I'll grab me a ticket, sit in the section. It was crazy because I went down there with Breon and Marcus, and then Court and Val went. And when I say they literally was right in front of us, bro. They was literally right in front of us. Like,
Tox Beats, what's good, bro?
Now, I don't know if Court hit up, like, Breon or Marcus and seen where we was at because they copped the tickets. I just doing the money,
But this dude, Drake,
yeah, he definitely.
and I guess 21 Savage was supposed to come to the city.
For all my dogs.
Right? They canceled that one. Now they're supposed to be coming to the city when? Because I think Fon's supposed to be taking his daughter and everything.
Supposed to be like a couple of weeks, wasn't it?
Man, this dude Drake to sit up there and cancel the show again, man, on the city, man. And Columbus is all the way cool on you now, Drake, man. You know.
Well, you know what?
You know, because I know people is gonna be coming from all over to come to the Drake concert. It's gonna be Columbus, Dayton.
You know,
people gonna be coming from all over Ohio to come to that goddamn concert, man.
So I'm gonna say this too.
It's crazy, man.
I knew it was going
disrespectful.
Nah, I knew it was gonna happen, and y'all should have knew it was happening when he made that post or whatever he said. I don't know if it was an interview or a post, but I kind of remember hearing about it, where he said something along the lines of, do y'all want me to finish a tour? Or do y'all want me to finish an album? Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I could always push the tour dates back, but do y'all want me to keep pushing the album back? And he said something along those lines. I kind of knew, like, yeah, he about to start pushing these dates. And then he canceled a couple shows because I think he canceled some that's all around this area. I think he's trying to drop that album. And I think once he drops the album, then he probably gonna come to the city.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I ain't paying that much for Drake, but when I went, it was expensive, but it wasn't that expensive. This nigga is out here, man. These niggas paying $300, $400, $500, $600, $700. Like, I think the cheapest ticket you can get is about $300.
OG said, was the ticket selling?
Oh, they were selling for sure.
They definitely were selling.
Oh, yeah.
Saw other artists cancel their shows because of low ticket sales.
Nah, this shit sold out.
Them tickets sold, brother.
Sold out, yeah. Nah, one thing we will say is Columbus is going to buy Drake tickets.
For sure.
Like I said, the one I went to was the one where he had the floating stage. It wasn't the last time he came here, it was the time before that.
You said a floating stage.
Me and Court went, yeah. Because that's when I was staying in New York, so I had to be like, almost 10 years ago. That was like 2013, 2014. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That nigga came here, he had the floating stage. That motherfucker was crazy. Literally, the stage floating around the motherfucking arena.
Yeah.
You know, he did his thing, man. That nigga Drake rocked for about 2 hours. I gotta give it to him. Like, you gonna get a nice long, he gonna give you a performance.
Right.
But yeah. I knew it was going, I kind of felt it when he made that post. I know cities like ours, even though we are a music city, like once you get finished performing, it ain't really too much to do late night. Because our city closes down at motherfucking 2 o'clock. You know, about 2 o'clock, everybody's shutting their shit out. You can't even drink in certain places. I was reading an article where Janelle Monáe just did a concert here, like a couple weeks ago?
What, really?
Yeah. And then after the concert, she went to one of our arcade spots. Cause that's one thing we got that's really dope downtown that I used to go out to all the time when I was really out. And I think she went to 64-bit down there, right next to Mikey.
You mean 16-bit?
16-bit, yeah, 16-bit. Right there, right where I work at. And they kept it open till like about 3 o'clock for them. And they said, you know, they was just ready to kick it out. And so I'm like, hey, we gotta go home. Because that's what I'm saying. Columbus, man, they be acting funny sometimes. But yeah, you know what I mean? Drake, definitely, I can see why he canceled it. You know? Finish the album. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't going to the concert. I ain't hating, but I want the album. I'm ready for, you know what I mean? I like Drake, man. He put together some good music, so I want the album. You know what I mean? Drop that shit. Nigga Drake be flowing, man. He got some I ain't really, and what's crazy, I ain't even really rock with the SZA song too much. It was cool. You know what I mean? It just, for, I guess, a single to kind of roll out the album, I don't think that was the one you, like I said, you know, I understand the big name SZA, but that song wasn't as hot as I thought it would have been with those two caliber artists on it. Cool song. Cool. I ain't saying I don't like it, but just wasn't what I would have laid with the single. You know what I mean? That's a good album feel, as I would say. You know, y'all gotta, you know what, you know the difference between a filler and a single, and I hope that's not. That is one of the hit songs he feels I might not think about the album, because Lil Wayne just dropped today. Lil Wayne, man.
I think I'm cool with Wayne, man.
You know, it's crazy because he gives you those glimpses, man, where you like, but damn, man, like, it's funny, my man Kyle Cook said, he said, man, I heard Lil Wayne talk about busting a nut 50 times.
What?
I mean, you know, Lil Wayne, you know how he talk, man, you know, but I was like, damn, he had like 2 or 3 songs where it's like talking about just popping chicks and shit, and I'm like, bro, you like 45. Like, I understand the bars.
I ain't no 45. He's the same age as
about
me.
40. He about the same age as us, about 40, whatever he is. But like, I don't know, man. I like to see more growth in the artist. You
gotta relax, man. That nigga Wayne look crazy, man. This picture right here of Remy, man.
Remy.
You know, tap in, walk with us, man. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Listen.
Let me see the big version of that
That's
one.
the biggest one I can find, man. I don't know why.
Let me see that picture where you got it from. Let me see it. I want to see it screen. Let me see. Rim was looking thick though. Yeah. I think I kind of glanced over this.
No, I mean, she is thick though. I mean, we ain't gonna sit there and play Remy like she smacked or something. She's a nice looking, tall, thick chocolate chick. I ain't seen her without the makeup on a long time, but she do carry everything she got looking really great. I definitely tear her ass down, but she
looking good.
She acting crazy though, lazy man. And listen to this, y'all, man. Listen to this.
I don't think Remy is acting crazy.
You gotta stay active to be with Remy Ma. She one of them sexy red types. If she talk like this to you, she too masculine. Most likely, she's a sleaze. She's gonna cheat on you, bro. Let me show y'all a very exclusive voicemail that she sent to the person she cheated with. You feel it hit different, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Daddy, what's going on? It's Sunday. I ain't got some free time. I want to know if you want to get up, maybe get your TikTok, or like play my foot, put in my ass for a little while, and come all over me. I don't know if you want to let me know. Hit me up.
Oh, my play with. Oh, was she in jail when she's in there?
That shit, hold up, man. Why is that shit like that, though, man? That's just a little weird, man.
It's early. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. We might have to check these niggas.
If a woman tell you to play in her booty hole, bro,
niggas ain't got no static phones, nigga. This ain't the motherfucking. Come on, now, y'all. Nah, we might have to check this nigga. Man, hold up.
Oh, let's wear that back, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all hear this shit?
She one of them sexy red types. If she talk like this to you,
antenna hangers on the top.
You gotta stay active to be with Remy Ma. She one of them sexy red types.
I couldn't even hear
if she talk like this to you, she too masculine. Most likely,
she's a sleaze, she's gonna cheat on you, bro. Let me show y'all a very exclusive voicemail that she sent to the person she cheated with. You feel like it hit different, bro.
He's been cheated on.
You know what I'm saying?
In his voice.
Hey, Daddy, what's going on?
That sounds like it.
It's Sunday. I ain't be up in free time. I want to know if you want to get up.
That's fucking nowadays.
Pray my put in my ass over the
That's AI. These niggas
I don't know if you also want
is
to
hard to believe shit.
Give me a
Oh, my, play with. Oh,
Was she in jail when she said that?
That's what I'm saying.
This early, you feel what I'm saying? So if a woman tell you to play in her booty hole, bro, go to that next street.
Hey man, that's definitely.
Was that a jail call?
Nah, listen, man, listen.
What the fuck was that? That's AI.
That's definitely an AI generated, and I can tell. I know the unintelligent artificial intelligence one. Dude right here is son, man. He's son as fuck for real, man. They tell it even in the comment section, like, nigga, you better quit playing. We're gonna sue the shit out of your ass for this shit. But
I'll tell that shit right.
niggas do anything for crap. But listen though, I played that clip to let y'all know what I've always been telling y'all, what I'm always going to continue to tell y'all and never stop telling y'all is what? The smart grid is here. All right. Remember a long time ago, I used to be telling y'all they can make it look like you said something you didn't say, but it's actually your words or your voice or your face, and you didn't say it, or they could. This is the unintelligent artificial intelligence at work now. It can scan and search the internet, the World Wide Web, and find video clips of you. Find stuff you posted on social media. And it can piece together by using the tone of your voice or words you've actually said.
Kind of create like an algorithm on you so they can kind
Not even an algorithm, but it just will mimic.
Yeah.
It will create a message where it can speak using your voice based off of things you said and posted in pictures and video you posted on the internet. Think about how Bumblebee in the movie Transformers learned how to speak through the radio.
Yeah.
Huh? What's up, Pops? We got my Pops in the building, man. Shout out to my Pops, man. Love you, man.
You already know.
What up, son? And my YouTube family and friends, Pops in the house. You know what I'm talking about? My Pops in the building. How many content creators you know Pops come in and tap in with them? You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my Pops, man. It's an honor and a blessing and a privilege to still have your Pops around.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yes, sir.
You niggas got issue with your Pops, man. You just got issue with Pops. We're going to resolve that shit, man.
Hey, I got parent issues.
Yeah, let that shit die down, man. But y'all, I just showed this right here to let y'all know that the unintelligent artificial intelligence, the smart grid, strategic military armaments, and residential technology. Strategic S, military M, armaments A, in residential R, technology T, smart. Smart grid. So whenever you hear that word or see that word smart,
think about what it means.
Think about what SMART, which is an acronym, stands for. Strategic Military Armaments and Residential Technology. I keep telling y'all.
See, they got the robots downtown in certain areas.
They got the robots downtown in New York in the subway, the K5s. You did.
They got the cameras everywhere. That's why I don't understand.
They got the robot dogs and everything, man.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm going to do, now this is something, I'm going to look into this, y'all. How many of y'all know about this, man?
They call this nigga Legatron. That nigga must be fucking niggas up with kicks in the face or something.
Matter of fact, we're going to listen to some music and we're going to come right back, right?
Yeah.
You did. Tap in, walk with us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
If you can't walk, crawl.
You know?
Man. I like this. It's got like a sweet taste. Sweet and smooth. That shell harsh, and they got that shell feeling good.
Right, we're gonna get right to it, man. Play some E.N.E, man. Tap in, walk with us, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. It's Friday night, you dig? We listening to this track, classic track off my brother King L's album 1111. You know what I'm talking about? And I feel it's only right we listen to smash that like button, click on the
After I cook it up, this is it, baby. After they book me up, this is it, baby. Wanna find me, look up, this is it, baby. Checkmate from the rook up, this is it, baby. After I cook it up, this is it, baby. After they book me up, this is it, baby. Wanna find me, look up, this is it, baby. Checkmate from the rook up, this is it, baby. After I cook it up, this is it, baby. After they book me up, this is it, baby. Wanna find me, look up, this is it, baby. Checkmate from the rook up, this is it, baby. $100 million ain't enough for me. $250,000 flat, that's my starter fee. Nigga, you could go and check my discography. Every line I write be part of my biography. Reason they can't move like king cause they fucked up on policy. I live with no regrets, so no apologies. $100 million ain't enough for me. $250,000 flat, that's my starter fee. Trying to teach my stepson how life could be more fruitful. Then they wonder why they losing. They ain't listen like they used to. Listen, I done played the streets where them niggas really be buku. Ask for it, they'll knock your head off. So now to prove you never catch king congregating with all the falsified. Through the darkest eyes, mesmerized by how they never die. After I cook it up, this is it, baby. After they book me up, this is it, baby. Wanna find me, look up, this is it, baby. Checkmate from the rook up, this is it, baby. $100 million ain't enough for me. $250,000 flat, that's my starter fee. Nigga, you could go and check my discography. Every line I write be part of my biography. Reason they can't move like king cause they fucked up on policy. I live with no regrets, so no apologies. $100 million ain't enough for me. $250,000 flat, that's my starter. They having trouble seeing through the fog, homie. King up on cloud nine. Levine style, my pack B, jumping from the foul line. Keep that 9 on me like old school phone trying to dial out. Back when they used to put the locks on before they wild out. One thing they could tell you, King always been impeccable. Built it up at night, to the right I pushed the decimals. As for the O's, yo, I need an extra few. Another level in my house, I need an extra view. After I cook it up, this is it, baby. After they book me up, this is it, baby. Wanna find me, look up, this is it, baby. Checkmate from the rook up, this is it, baby. $100 million ain't enough for me. $250,000 flat, that's my starter fee. Nigga, you could go and check my discography. Every line I write be part of my biography.
Yeah. What up? You already know what it is, man. We here, man. Listen. What y'all know about this girl right here? What y'all know about this young lady right here?
What's the deal with her? What's she about? I just know, I could just see she a white lady, young, probably about mid-20s, late 20s.
CEO Lapierre, her name is Pava Lapierre, CEO and co-founder of a small startup, EcoMap Technologies. Likely died Friday, police said, but her body wasn't discovered until Monday. Jason Dean Billingsley is a suspect in the killing of Papa Lapierre, police have said.
Where does he gain from?
Right.
Well, did he know her, or he just was like one of her love?
I think it was like they're trying to make it seem like it was a robbery.
Oh, man.
Jason Billingsley.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to Jason Billingsley here shortly, though, right?
Anytime I hear shit like that, or she was on some shit like to that type of job profession, I don't know. I always, I love the movie E.N.E of the State, so I always instantly think of some people trying to knock her off, and they can always pawn it off on somebody that's like whoever everybody's just saying it did. But it just sounded like her line of work. She could have came up on some information that could have been detrimental to some big people or something. Like, I don't even know the story, but as soon as he said what he said, with her position being a CEO in that type of work environment, you come across some information that you wasn't supposed to be privy to, and then some shit like accidentally or out the blue. Yeah, I mean, look at him. Anytime you fall face first on the ground, you got knocked the fuck out. Like, stop the fight. My fault, yeah. But yeah. Nah. That's the first thing I think of, I know Stack's gonna do the detailed research, but I always be thinking the E.N.E of the State, when some shit like this happen.
Right. We go to the website.
Because how old is she?
She's young, man.
That's what I'm saying. To be CEO of having that kind of high-ranking, important position, and, she probably definitely had to have.
Her company is called EcoMap. I'm about to pull it up on the screen.
She probably had to have security and all that. So. It's getting knocked out tonight. Look at that. Every nigga getting knocked out tonight. It's a big fight card. I'm about to rewatch this joint. There are a lot of fights in this card. You ain't been fighting all day. If y'all know we watching the Prime One Fight Night. So if you got Amazon Prime, most of y'all do. They got the fight night, and this fight card out here is nuts. It's about to be 4 chick fights back to back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
All nice too.
Right. EcoMap Technologies is the name of her company. And they do interesting stuff over here at EcoMaps. Right? This girl is the CEO of this company, right?
Okay.
All right, now hold on real quick.
And as y'all can see, they basically collect data about the organizations, the resources, people, opportunities, and activity in your ecosystem. And then it presents that to you so you can make an effective decision about whatever you want to make a decision about. So like I said, that's definitely, anytime you into those data collecting, information collecting, curating, when they talk about curating data about something, they're doing heavy research. And like I said, this is even what I said earlier about hitting some information that you probably ain't supposed to see or know. And I didn't even know what.
Put some quick on.
I ain't put nothing. So y'all heard what I just said, and then y'all read what just is on y'all screen. I ain't saying I don't know what happened. I don't know nothing about this story. I didn't even read.
You don't have to. Listen. She got killed by this. I'm not about to bring up the guy real quick. Hold on.
I'm just listening, y'all. I'm observing. I'm nothing.
Yeah, EcoMaps technology is basically quantifying and digitally archiving basically every aspect of not only your personal life but your business life as well, and putting that into a 3D, if you would, digital formats where you can basically map it out and predict, like L said, things in the future, possibly potentially based off of the data collected off of you. Yeah. Right? Basically mapping out what more than likely you will be more likely doing according to the information they have on you, based on every aspect of your life, like how much money you spend, or you know, how much time you spend at the gym, or and basically this is the unintelligent artificial intelligence making an attempt to will you in by making things easy for you.
And then this is something that, you know, birds normally be tapping into about.
That's why I'm sharing the story.
The social
credit system.
The social credit system, and it kind of will feed into that, because now what you are doing is just like what we see with companies and the way they base a lot of value on how they evaluate, and people tell you make a 5-year, 10-year plan, analysts of what you feel like you'll be. This is actually taking all that data and actually telling you
yes
where they expect you and where you should be based off of where you're at now, your personalities, your traits, and all that. So, you know, think into it. You know, it kind of, in a sense, you know, ties into what Bird's talking about. And like I said, I ain't even heard the rest of the story. I know Bird's about to get into it.
Yeah, you know, and listen.
I'm just going off of observation.
Yeah, and that's basically what it is. But listen, she is the CEO. Pavel was the CEO of this company, EcoMap Technologies. Right? This is the company right here. Y'all can go check their website out. Yeah. You feel me? Y'all go check their website out. You know? And they apply it to real-time matters within your personal, you know, environment or wherever you at, your location. They use LiDAR technology to do this too. Y'all know what LiDAR is. This is the same tech that they use to do predictive criminal. They do criminal predicting straight out of Minority Report, man.
Yeah.
You hear me?
So first, when you said that,
so she mysteriously gets murdered, I guess, by this guy, Jason Billingsley, was it?
Sound kind of like the Cash App.
Pavel Pierre, murdered.
Where did she get murdered at?
Jason Billingsley. Suspect Jason Billingsley. Let me make sure y'all seeing this. Okay. Suspect Jason Billingsley wanted in murder of Baltimore tech sale, Pavel Pierre police say. An arrest warrant has been issued in the murder of 26-year-old. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I felt like she was.
Hold on. She, you know, she's young. She look young.
About 20 to me. I say mid-20s, y'all. Me, I'm over here.
You can tell she young. She didn't like she was 30.
Yeah, about 20. Like I said,
you know what I'm saying?
20s to late 20s. You know. But I want to know the details.
Hold on, we're about to get somebody to show the video.
I know you about to get to it. I know. I'm just kind of. I feel like. Kind of sound like the Cash App, yo. You know, what play was she about to make a move on? Was she about to buy something, acquire something?
Oh, why are they showing me no pictures of her?
That is definitely not her. There she goes.
There she goes right there.
She look a little older in that picture. I would have said like 30s in that picture. I just gotta be 100, y'all. Like if I would have saw this picture, the other picture she looked younger. Like that one, I would have said.
She look young in that picture too.
You feel like I feel like I would have said 30, her 30s in that one. Mid-30s. Yeah, she looking mid-30s. That chin looking a little mid-30s. I'm sorry, y'all.
Right.
That chin was looking mid-30s, but the other picture Bird showed.
Oh my God, showing no pictures. That's crazy.
Yeah, that one would have thrown me off on her age on that picture. She looked older than both of those.
This is her.
All those, yeah, she looked
older. When my pop said, he said, "Hey son, that's Big Brother watching us all the time. The too much info let you know about certain things and people can cost you your life. That's what the system do. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Right.
Where they could use that propaganda and narrative flips. The media could, y'all see it, man. When y'all look at these news cycles, if y'all see them leaning too much on, see, it's a difference when you investigating and you telling like the whole story. When you go to these news cycles, you see one side.
Breaking news this morning: the search for this man, Jason Billingsley, is now over.
The suspect in the murder of a young Baltimore tech CEO was taken into custody overnight.
The story has made national headlines, and we're breaking it all down for you this morning with live team coverage from E.N.E and Alexis Davila.
And the police department is preparing to provide more information on this arrest later this morning. But we want to first get a check with Amy, who is breaking down what we know so far. Amy, good morning.
Tim, Cena, good morning. Well, after 2 days on the run, sparking a statewide manhunt and leaving the community on edge, Jason Billingsley has been arrested. Our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, says that U.S. Marshals took him into custody last night just after 11 at his train station in Bowie. Billingsley, who was considered highly dangerous while on the run, had been wanted on a first-degree murder arrest for the killing of 26-year-old Pavel Lepere, CEO and founder of ENE Technologies. Her body was found Monday morning at her apartment building in Mount Vernon and had signs of blunt force trauma. She had been reported missing. It's also worth noting, officials say the apartment building was secured, but police have not yet released any information on how Billingsley got inside. The arrest brings to a close an unsettling few days as new and disturbing details continue to emerge about Billingsley. Investigators are now connecting the 32-year-old to an attempted murder, arson, and rape case last week in West Baltimore that left 2 people fighting for their lives. Baltimore police say Billingsley was a violent repeat offender with a lengthy record that includes first and second-degree assault and attempted rape. He was also a registered sex offender. While Billingsley was still on the run, his mother, Scarlett, was among those urging him to turn himself in.
I can't understand what happened that he would do something like that.
And again, later this morning at 11, we're expected to hear from the acting police commissioner, the mayor, and city state's attorney as they announce the arrest of Jason Billingsley. And coming up in about a half hour from now at 5:30, we're hearing more from Jason Billingsley's mother and her apology to Lepere's family. For now, reporting live this morning, I'm Amy Kawada for WJZ.
Amy, thank you. And our team coverage continues this morning with Alexis Davila.
Alexis, Billingsley was arrested just hours after Lepere's friends and family gathered right where you're standing. Absolutely. Lepere's father was here last night at the vigil and shared some touching words about his daughter and even the tragic way that her life was taken. And others who are close to Lepere also expressed how she had this desire and dedication to change Baltimore, and they say she did just that. Now, here in Washington Monument in Mount Vernon, this was a packed area with company friends and family of Pavel Lepere. They shared stories expressing their love for her and the impact she strived to make in this community. Her family says she made Baltimore her home after graduating from Johns Hopkins University. As she helped students create startups, she helped create ENE Technologies. The company organized the vigil to encourage people to remember her as a champion for the city.
So thankful for being here and for loving our daughter and taking care of her.
Papa woke up every day with the belief that she and we together had the power to ignite change. Together we can show the world that she was right.
Coming up at 5:30, we will hear the touching words from the co-founder of the tech company she helped create. Reporting live, I'm Alexis Davila for WJZ.
Man. All the tech CEOs, upstarts,
just popping up dead.
Coming up dead.
Cash App. Ecosystem.
EcoMaps. A company that specializes in data collecting, data mining. Now, mind you, information is worth a lot of money. And if you can collect a lot of info on people, I want you to understand, for one, and I'm gonna do a show on this because I gotta explain this to a lot of people. I want y'all to understand how these corporations make money off of our information, right? Because you would think to yourself, well, how come we can't do that, right? And I'll explain it to you, right? Maybe we'll talk about it sometime next week. But I already got Monday's show already on deck. So.
I worked in a department.
You feel me?
That specialized in a little bit of marketing. And they, the geotagging, I remember that caught my damn. That was the first time I heard of it. I remember they was talking about it like, there's like, like you ever get those text messages from certain restaurants when you kind of go to a certain area?
Right.
I ain't never think about it. I never thought about it, honestly. And he was like, well, that's what we specialize. And that was their department. Like, I was working in the department there, right next to him. We were just chopping it up. And he was telling me about this and the technology. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, that's what we work on. And I was working on certain projects where I was doing. I ain't going to say what I was working on. But it's something that came across my knowledge. And, I dealt with a lot of, like, what you would call project management and what I was doing. So when I looked at it and when I started getting a little deeper, maybe I asked too many questions. I didn't last too long.
I asked a hella question.
Yeah, I didn't last too long in that actual department. Honestly, like they got my ass out that company quick. I was asking questions, but I never thought of it until I'm just talking to y'all now. But yeah, man, they had that, and he was explaining like, whenever you roll past, what they do is they, use your cell phone ping, and if you let certain apps that you say yes to, and part of that agreement is that they're able to use your location if you have the app turned on, or if you have a text, if you say yes to that text message acceptance, and that's why you'll get a text like if you drive past Easton. That was his example. He said, you ever drive past Easton, you get a text from like Macy's, or, he named a couple of stores. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I never really thought that. He's like, that's why. He's like, they would throw the deals at you because they know you'll go to the store since you're already in the area. And that's just an easier way to market to people. Food restaurants use that heavy. If you ever notice, and I get text messages because I sign up for a lot of shit. I'm a man that does go off of deals and coupons. So I'll take advantage if I can, but it's crazy that they use that technology to lure you in, and you don't even know it half the time. And if they could use that technology just to market to you clothing items or food or whatever it may be, just think of how detailed they get. Because I've worked in focus groups too. Right. I've done that kind of research and work too. And when you do research and you do the focus groups, now that's a whole different level of whatever product they're trying to get to the masses. So, it's levels to it. Like, just think about that they do focus groups. And they tell you they even do it for albums and shit. Whatever it is, before they drop something and you invest in a lot of money, 90% of the companies is probably that has money they're getting focus groups. You know what I mean? If you at that certain level. You ain't a start. Now startups, they just do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. And then they, but if you these $1 million companies, before they change and make a new idea, they're running it through numerous different focus groups in different regions and different areas, just to make sure it's gonna seem even remotely right. So if they're doing that, using that kind of data just to get people to buy shit, what do you think they'll do? I don't even want to
that's crazy.
Get niggas to be scared or nothing, but
it's not even about being
just
scared.
Think of what
it is what it is, man.
Just think of what they would do in a pandemic to make niggas scared, to see if they could put people to do what they want them to do when they want them to do it.
Man, this is kind of spooky for real, man.
I'm trying to tell you. And just think about it, because
they just got the perfect fall guy who
the Cash App dude in the same week it was somebody else. Who was it? It was another I've been trying to think of it ever since you said it was the Cash App dude, and it was another dude in within a week and a half period. And I cannot remember what the other cat was, but those was two major tech dudes, and within a week that happened to the Cash App dude, because he happened right before the Cash App, and then the Cash App, of course, was the bigger story, so he just eclipsed. But it was two cats in like 1.5 weeks, and now, like you said, you looking at this, man. And these is people that got mass security, like you said. This is a guarded building. This ain't no building.
How did he even get in there? How did he get in there? This guy is
damn near a menace.
He's a menace to society. He's an animal.
Not even, and I don't even want to judge a nigga, but the record that they just willed off.
Yeah, like, we gotta judge it. Look at all that stuff they said about it. If that's true,
yeah, that's true. And what they willed off,
he need to be off the streets if all that stuff is true about him. He's a menace.
Right. He definitely ain't gonna be walking in no buildings like that where she stay. What does he have? Why would he even be in it? You know, and I'm not no look, man. I ain't telling y'all because I don't want y'all to be like, oh,
nah, man.
You know what I mean?
All that, man. Forget all of that, man.
Like a nigga like that wouldn't even be in my neighborhood. My neighborhood ain't nothing to be like, about. Like I ain't in no high price neighborhood, but I mean, unless he over here visiting somebody, niggas like that ain't just walking up the street or.
I mean, that's a fact though. But the whole thing with this situation is that this dude is being painted as doing this though, right?
I can't see.
They said they got footage of him entering the building and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
AI is a motherfucker. Or like Pop said, if he was in the building somehow that he got in, it's still a control. Come on, man, because I mean he had to evade some shit, get to some shit. What was his motive to even know who she was to go up there and do what he did to her specifically?
Good questions. There was questions I don't hear nobody asking.
You know what I mean? Like that don't even make no sense. Like who is he to even like why did he seek her out? Like he don't even seem like even like a Melvin type nigga that knew her.
Right.
Like show me the connection to where he even knew her, was in the same circles, or knew somebody that knew her. Something. You gotta give me some type of, you can't just give me a nigga and his mom apologizing.
And that's exactly what they doing.
That made it even a little more weird.
That's insulting to our intelligence.
I'm a nigga that just kind of like, hold on. For one, they didn't even show his mom. Like, all right, if you want to do it, then you gonna be out on the, like how you see niggas giving like press conferences. She ain't giving no press conference. So now we hearing a voice that we ain't even heard. We don't even know who she is. Like, come on now, man. Like, don't play me.
We can't sit up here and allow these people to continue to insult our intelligence like this, man. A lot of this stuff be flat out lies. This is not true.
How did this nigga get in the building? What was his connection to her? And you know, she wasn't like, for her to be a CEO, she wasn't on no first floor. This ain't no building. Most of these buildings, the way they set up, the first 5 or 6 floors is like, I work in a building like that.
And y'all see,
you can't even get up to that floor. Like you have to scan a card to even get on the elevator to even go to any floor. In my building, you can't just go to any floor. You go in that elevator, you got about 2 buttons you can push on that button unless you got a card that you scan that will allow you to go to a certain, and even when you get to that floor, you have to still scan again to go through a door.
Wow.
Like you can't just, it ain't just like you access it, like you can't even still get in our building without scanning again.
Right.
So he has to have like multiple, he has to have a card to the building. There's no way to even on the elevator. And even in the stairwell, you can't look. Even when I've been pissed. One time I remember I had to go all the way down to the first floor. I walked all the way up to the 6th floor and patted my shit. And I walk up. Sometimes I use the stairs. I just walk up there. Ain't had no badge, and I work on the 2nd floor. And walked up there and had no badge. Couldn't even get in the fucking door, and I had to walk all the way back downstairs. Like that's how our building in those buildings. The first 6, 7 floors, whatever, is just businesses. And then when you go up higher, you got to go to a whole different area to even get up there. That's what I'm saying, man. And there's cameras all over every building, on every floor, everywhere you go.
You being watched,
Trust
man.
me.
Trust me.
Any of those buildings, every floor is a camera. Before you even, when you go to those buildings to even scan in, it's a fucking camera thing to get in there. Like you'll see yourself as you walk up to the building, right there. So he had to buzz in, and we don't even let niggas who deliver food go in our building. Like shit, you can leave that shit right there, but you can't sit in the building.
Live from WJC.
This shit don't sound right.
Is breaking news.
Breaking news this morning, the search for this man, Jason Billingsley, is now over.
The suspect in the murder of a young Baltimore tech CEO was taken into custody overnight.
The story has made national headlines, and we're breaking it all down for you this morning with live team coverage from Amy Kawada and Alexis Davila.
And the police department is preparing to provide more information on this arrest later this morning. But we want to first get a check with Amy, who is breaking down what we know so far. Amy, good morning.
Tim, Cena, good morning. Well, after 2 days on the run, sparking a statewide manhunt and leaving the community on edge, Jason Billingsley has been arrested. Our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, says that U.S. Marshals took him into custody last night just after 11 at his train station in Bowie. Billingsley, who was considered highly dangerous while on the run, had been wanted on a first-degree murder arrest for the killing of 26-year-old Pavel Lepere, CEO and founder of EcoMap Technologies. Her body was found Monday morning at her apartment building in Mount Vernon and had signs of blunt force trauma. She had been reported missing. It's also worth noting, officials say the apartment building was secured, but police have not yet released any information on how Billingsley got inside. The arrest brings to a close an unsettling few days as new and disturbing details continue to emerge about Billingsley. Investigators are now connecting the 32-year-old to an attempted murder, arson, and rape case last week in West Baltimore that left 2 people fighting for their lives. Baltimore police say Billingsley was a violent repeat offender with a lengthy record that includes first and second degree assault and attempted rape. He was also a registered sex offender. While Billingsley was still on the run, his mother, Scarlett, was among those urging him to turn himself in.
I can't understand what happened that he would do something like that.
And again, later this morning at 11, we're expected to hear from the actor.
I can't believe he would do something like that. Look at this guy. All right. Rest in the essence to Pavel, man. You know I'm gonna look into this, man, because I know it's more to this story, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Just another tech CEO, independent, comes up dead again, mysterious by some black guys. No connection to her. We don't know yet. Anyway, pretty sure they're trying to conjure something up.
One of those things you hate to be right about, but I just feel like, man,
oh my God,
it just sounds like it just don't even sound right. Not even remotely.
It sounds spooky.
Like the question, like I said, like Bert said, the questions I'm asking is like I'm wondering why they wasn't even repeating those questions right there on that newscast. Like, well, you know what I mean? You gotta understand, like, why did he do this? How did he know her?
What was his motive?
What was his motive? Like, how was he even connected? Like, how did he even get in the building? How did he get a key card to go up to certain levels? Like, to go in an apartment to do what he did, he had to have, like, you ain't just climbing up, man. Come on, man. Was this nigga Spider-Man?
You know, so was he getting his Peter Parker on, man?
Like, come the fuck on. Like, nah, I gotta know how he got in the building. Like you said, show us the cameras. Who gave him the key card? What was the access name on the key card? Because then that means he had to yap somebody else that lived in the building's key card or something. I don't know, man. This shit just smell fishy. It ain't right. This shit ain't. It's a lot more than what we like you said, man. I can't wait to hear what you dig up.
Yeah, you know I'm about to look into this, man. When I first came across this story, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely about to look into this.
Yeah. For
sure. Definitely about to look into this. Tap in, walk with us, yo, man. It's time for some more E.N.E. You know what I'm talking about? This sounds super spooky, you know what I mean, man?
I just don't. I'm getting real enemy of the state type vibes. You know what I mean? I might have to watch that movie tonight after this. That's my movie too. I watch that every Christmas. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Yes, man. So like go subscribe to the page, man. We here, man. We made it to Friday once again. All this a beautiful thing. All presidents, man. Listen, smart grid is here, man. I'm telling you niggas that, man. And I ain't gonna never let up. It's true, man. It's showing its ugly head every day. I'm about to show y'all. We got to put this in DVD.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
If they try to trace our path like a medical examiner, it's
Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E.N.E.
Tap in, walk with us, man.
2020 got me seeing so clear. We back at it, Ray. Them dollars still circulating too. Talk to him.
glitch. Let me take off, man. They can't handle this. My team move tactical. We cover all parameters. They try to trace our path like a medical examiner. It's like we're playing 2K, but we turning off the stamina. Confirm we not amateurs. Please play your position. If I call a play for my shooters, you headed to the bench. I'm blowing on some Christmas, steady focused on my mission. It'll be a rough ride like we on a road with no suspension, but I'm good with the tension. I flourish under pressure. The way I play these jokers, you would swear I'm Heath Ledger. I keep the B redder underneath the G sweater. And when the drama's on, we prime cut, we beef better. I rep these three letters to the death of me. We came a long way since we had concealed weaponry. We let you copy our style, but the G sold separately. Guaranteeing rain. It's one hell of a recipe. Let's get it.
We don't want it if the love fake. Glitch and rain shit, we make them dollars circulate. 2020, yeah, we really about to make it shake. Grinding hard, trying to make them dollars circulate. All my niggas eat, and we already ate. Plate full, E.N.E, we here to regulate. Blowing gas, you can smell that shit from outer space. Cause all we trying to do is make them dollars circulate. Glitch, nigga, my legacy becomes more important than 7 C's. I be overseas with my bitch, we eating Lebanese. Circulating these dollars while I be blowing trees. Kinda grip I got on this money, you'll make your fingers bleed. Still a nigga, count it up, mind your business, please. Step in my office, I teach you niggas about policies. Rain hit me up, he told me he where them dollars be. I know my nigga taking it up, now that's a guarantee. 7-digit nigga shit, I'm trying to be number one in the draft, nigga, 2003. E.N.E the click, you niggas could never worry me. I keep a sniper right in the corner, I call him Danny Green. Wow, balling on you niggas, every shot I swish. Isolation, so I'm waving off the pick. One of one, I'm just here to set the record straight. Cause all we trying to do is make them dollars circulate. We don't want it if the love fake. Glitch and rain shit, we make them dollars circulate. 2020, yeah, we really about to make it shake. Grinding hard, trying to make them dollars circulate. All my niggas eat, and we already ate. Plate full, E.N.E, we here to regulate. Blowing gas, you can smell that shit from outer space. Cause all we trying to do is make them dollars circulate. Yeah.
Yeah, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Fridays, we here, man. King L's. That's what it's at. We're sipping on the E.N.E juice. You feel me? It's E.N.E Fridays. You understand what I'm saying? Roll up, hoe up, all of that, man. You know.
Whatever your vice is, vice.
Make them dollars circulate, man.
All day.
You feel me? That's one of my favorite tracks right there from out of the E.N.E discography. You know what I'm talking about? Tap in, walk with us, man. Yeah, we got some more stories. Man, this has been crazy stuff going on all week, man. Crazy stuff going on all week. What y'all know about this right here? Got some dope shows coming up, y'all.
Oh, yeah. I know I like Survivor and Big Brother, like Pops was talking about. I watched those shows, the reality shows, the challenge. And they just gotta get in the ring and motherfucking prove they worth.
Yeah, this ain't nothing like that right here. What I'm about to show y'all.
Yeah, man. Like you show, you gotta earn your keeps on the show. You know what I mean? It's about social strategy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Tap in, walk with us, man.
You know, sometimes you gotta position yourself to be great by the way you campaign for yourself and you, what I say, like market yourself. You know, the way you market yourself. You can market however you want. You can play the villain, you can play the superhero, you can play the in between, the civilian, however you want to do it. Just make sure you play your role great. You know, and know your role. That's where a lot of people get lost when you don't know your role. Try to play somebody else's role and not your best fit.
What y'all know about what's supposed to be happening on October 4th?
What day is that?
That's the day of the Wu-Tang concert.
Yeah, I mean, I know where I'll be.
Wednesday.
No, hey, see, that's the kind of shit they be playing that's in Columbus, y'all. We have Wednesday concerts and shit. Drake, he definitely ain't coming here on a fucking Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna tell you that. When he do come here, it's gonna be on a Wednesday too.
Your cell phone alarm will go off on October 4th. Here's why.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Right?
Turn your phone off, they said. Were they trying to sync and link it to the grid?
They got that going on. All right. Anyone with a cell phone in the United States will hear an alarm go off on their device on October 4th. According to the federal, it's everyone with a cell phone in the United States will hear anyone with a cell phone is all of us. Damn near all of us have one. Right? Tap in, walk with me, y'all. According to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, why is the FEMA doing this when this is a FCC thing?
Hold up. Is FEMA doing this?
FEMA.
They got shit to do with cell phones.
This is what I'm saying. Listen to me. According to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Federal Emergency Management Agency, really the Federal Enforcement Management Agency. At approximately 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time, a national test will be conducted of the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts. The message on all consumer phones will read, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed." The very fact that they're putting this out into the public and letting us know, right, should let you know that privacy, like I've always been telling y'all, is dead. Big Brother is watching, and Big Brother wants to know all, and then wants to hear all, and wants to see all. You know,
Wow.
This is crazy, man. So this lets you know that they can hack into our phones whenever they want to. No matter what company we go through, no matter what carrier we got, no matter what type of phone we got, Android, AOS.
I already tell, hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Man, you know, they can tap me, whatever. If y'all ever really gonna do some shit, don't have no watch, don't have no phone, don't take no car with no new system in it. Go get you an old school or some shit. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, unless you got all that, like, y'all niggas out here can be tracked. And if they really want to get you, they can get you and put you in a place wherever you need to be. And honestly, it don't even matter because the way that the camera is set up, if they really wanted to get you, y'all see how they do when it's real high profile cases.
Right.
They showing niggas in street. They scanning the street cameras and all that for niggas. Like, they don't do that for us regular niggas. Niggas in the street to get murdered, they ain't about to scan the street cameras.
Hell no, I don't fuck about that shit.
A high profile person, they scanning street cameras. They putting together your whole where you came from, how you got there, where you went to, where you went after, what your whole week was like.
This is why I gotta read these articles, man.
Yeah.
Now, in this article, it's a lot of stuff going on. But pay attention to what this says in the blue right here. Can y'all see that? Then I'm gonna do that. Why keep doing that?
Is that the work tonight?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Pay attention to that right there. Pennsylvania lawmaker proposes plan to phase out gas-powered lawn equipment.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. That's dumb as hell.
All right. So the smart grid is here. We've been all electric, everything. That can't be tracked and traced. That can't be synced and linked to the smart grid. Right?
That's crazy.
But let's continue reading though.
I feel like I want to go to the gas. I don't even cut
Those whose device is set to Spanish. Listen to this, y'all. Those whose device is set to Spanish will receive a message that says, "Esta es una prueba del Sistema Nacional de Alerta de Emergencia. No se necesita acción." No necessary action. FEMA says the purpose of the test is to ensure that the systems continue to be effective means of warning the public about emergencies, particularly those on the national level. Pay attention to this. When I read this article earlier, I said, what? They're basically telling us what. Listen to this, man. All right. FEMA says the purpose of this test is to ensure that the systems continue, which means they're already in place and have been, which means we've been being tracked and traced and monitored, surveilled, all of that. FEMA says the purpose of the test is to ensure that the systems continue to be effective means of warning the public about emergencies, particularly on a national level.
National level. Shit, honestly, I would say it's probably even more than national. It'll probably expand farther.
You've been only concerned with
what's going on,
but citizens, if you would.
But honestly, some of these other places they do be concerned with, like Haiti, Mexico, the places where they could get their bread at. You know, a lot of their money is stored up, and I think they do care about those places. You know what I mean? Anywhere they get money at, they're gonna care about it, you know. America, you know, it's all about the money, man. A lot of this shit, you gotta follow the money. It's all about the money. Once you start actually seeing, like what Verb say, we say, what's it, Qui Bono?
Qui Bono,
yeah.
Who benefits?
Yeah, who benefits? You know, who getting the bread off of it? Once you follow the money, you normally find out what happened.
This is crazy, man. A national level.
national level.
Now, how many of y'all seen this movie right here?
Trying to cut out gas, perfectly fine gas lawnmowers.
It's not sustainable. It can't be tracked and traced or synced and linked to the smart grid.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't. Next thing you know, everybody gonna have them damn robots mowing their grass and shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about getting one. I just don't want to cut my grass. I was thinking about, I'm the type of dude to put turf in my fucking backyard. I told you I was thinking about doing that shit. Moving all the fucking
How many of y'all seen this movie right here?
I love the Kings. My pops put me on to the Kings, man, actually. You know, shout out to Pops for putting me on.
Where's the answer to Pops? Hey, man, y'all seen this movie?
Movies before he passed.
This movie is ill.
Yeah, he loved it. And I love it. It's a dope ass movie.
How many of y'all sit up there and seen this movie right here?
That nigga was dope. That nigga was cold with it.
Now,
you know what I mean? Them niggas was cold with it, man. That was great directing in that movie, man. Them niggas, please go watch it. If you ain't watched it, go watch it. It's a couple of them that you can go watch.
yeah, man. You know. And in this movie, man, as y'all see, Samuel L. Jackson plays in this movie. And in this movie, he was a billionaire tech CEO and magnate, right? He was also a philanthropist. And his act of philanthropy was he was going to give everybody in the world who asked for one or signed up or registered, exchange their information. All you had to do is sign up and register. He would get everybody a free cell phone for life.
Yeah.
But what
Sound
he built,
familiar?
huh? But what the only twist is in this movie, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, he had developed a technology, right, that could be implanted in these cell phones, and when activated, they could transmit a certain frequency that would sync and link with the person who's in his possession, right? Human magnetic field input-output carrier signal, right? And it will hijack that, and it would super, I'm talking about, goddamn it, super amplify it in rage. So when you had this cell phone in this movie given to you by Samuel L. Jackson, it would enhance and amplify your rage, your anger, almost as if to make you into what we know as a zombie, but not quite so. In this movie, it's just your rage, your anger, everything that is a result of the chemicals, developed in your brain and stuff, man.
Like drill music, kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. My fault.
And the more he turned it up, the more intense it would get. And you would just be going to a fit. Watch this movie. You would go into a fit of rage, and you would have to just cause extreme violence to the next sentient being. This movie is ill, man. You hear me? On so many levels, and I suggest y'all go watch it if y'all ain't never seen it. And just think about what they talk about doing on October 4th. This is what I'm going to talk about on Monday. So we're going to get into this a little bit more in depth. I'm going to get into the technology behind it, the research that's already been done into it, how long this tech has been around. I keep telling y'all the smart grid is here. Man. We're going to keep on, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to listen. This is what the show going to be on Monday. We're going to go on. And this, I got some interesting topics coming up. Make sure we're going to be back on the regular joint. You know what I'm talking about? We're going in Sunday, Spiritual Roots Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? Breaking down the 7 stages that lead to possession, demonic possession. Y'all, man, that's going to be powerful, man. tap in and walk with us. Go check this movie, The Kingsman, out, man.
Yeah, that's a dope movie.
Super dope movie. It's very, very deep. Like I just sit up there and told y'all, man. Think about when y'all watch that movie, think about people being turned into rage monsters.
I was going to watch E.N.E the State, but I might watch this tonight afterwards.
Think about when I talk to y'all about violent radicalization.
It's a good one. It's a great movie. It's a great, yeah. Second one was fire, too.
Yeah. We got a third one, too.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
So, you know.
It's a good series, y'all. It's definitely, like you said, it's definitely a dope movie to check out. The meanings behind it. You know, I kind of correlated it a lot to our community. It's crazy. You know, even though it wasn't specifically generated towards our community in the movie, it was more of a, like you said, nationwide thing.
That movie is dope, man. For real, man.
And the fight scenes is fire too.
Wow.
So it's a nice action movie too. So it keeps you engaged in between all the messages that's being displayed. So definitely a dope, well put together movie series. You know what I mean? And I think it's one of those series that kind of went under the radar too. I don't think a lot of people actually rock with the Kingsman like they probably should, because it was a nice series. Samuel L. Jackson, man, y'all gotta give him his, you know what I mean? He could be the dope fucking actor, man. That nigga be in everything. Literally. Marvel movies, like that nigga's in damn near every Marvel movie. He just gets a role damn near in every Marvel movie somehow. He might just have a quick scene.
That's pretty well.
Yeah. Because he's part of, you know what I mean? He's part of the squad, so you know, you gotta, I respect Samuel. He take those kind of roles all the time too. He don't get credit for these type roles that he should get the credit for when we talk about golden actors. And as long as he's been doing it all the, I don't think nobody has a resume like him. We're gonna, you know, maybe me and Burge will do a show one day. How we used to do the verses. We can at least do a verses and talk about different icons of the game, maybe compare niggas sometimes. And I don't think it's no actor that can actually compare to his work. And the Kingsman is a dope display of his actor genius, like Burge was saying. The role that he played, it was a dope role.
Yeah, man.
Y'all
gotta go see this movie right here, man. Because like I said, and this ties into what we're gonna be talking about on Monday about this October 4th situation, man. So you know what I mean. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, man.
Turn their joints off, and when you do that, yeah, tell niggas when to make sure they at least try to turn your joint off during the time that they trying to talk about doing this shit.
Yeah, we're gonna be going in, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Even though we know they can do this shit whenever they want.
Yes, I want y'all to understand this, man. I keep telling y'all that the smart grid is here, man. Y'all think it's a game, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I think it's a game out here, man. The smart grid is here, man. You feel me?
Secret society got the y'all on us.
Listen to this.
So, TVD's house gets raided.
Yeah.
In Nevada. There is apparently a grand jury that are interviewing people as we speak.
Yeah.
What was your reaction when you heard about him, about them raiding his house?
I mean, I think everyone was surprised. You know, like, he's just 27 years old. Offer agreement happened years ago. There's been multiple documentaries about it. You're gonna do it now? Okay. You know, the question is whether it's going to be like a real prosecution or whether they're just going to, hey, listen, just plead out to something slight and so we can just close the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Have they reached out to you about any of your footage?
I'm going to give you the exclusive on this. They actually have tried. I've gotten a bunch of phone calls and emails and stuff like that, but I'm not cooperating with this.
Okay. Do you think it's I mean, I'm assuming they can access the interview on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming what they want is the uncut version. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Just to see if there was anything talked about.
Correct. Yeah, but my thing, and I've always held this stance when it comes to people that interview on my platform, I'm not going to have you come to my platform and do an interview only to then work against you.
Yeah.
With the police. Regardless of what people think that I really do, the reality of what I do. And I've had to do this before. I remember with this one time they tried to seize this one interview of someone who asked me to take it down like the next day because they were fighting a case. At the time, the lawyer asked me to take it down. They then wanted to get the footage from me, and I said no. And they were like, "Well, we're going to put you on the stand, whatever. We're going to subpoena you." I'm like, all right, well, I'm lawyering up then. Mm-hmm. So my lawyer got involved, and they weren't able to get it. And ultimately, the guy ended up losing his case anyways, but we weren't involved in it. So. If you interview on my platform, if the police then try to approach me on it, I'm always going to say no.
Yeah. So
I haven't even responded. And I'm sure the police are going to watch this and now see why.
Yeah.
But that's my stance. I'm not responding. I'm not cooperating. If you want to try to subpoena whatever, I will get a lawyer and I will fight it. And from what I understand, even in the language they use, I don't think that they can. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the raw footage, thinking there might be something that was said that we didn't release. But honestly, if you know what I do, literally almost every second of the footage has been released.
Okay.
Unless the person coughs or says, "Oh, let me go get a drink of water. Let me go to the bathroom." like we're into the quantity of footage, so we try to get every second of footage and try to.
Right. That's enough of that. You feel me? All right. So basically, this is Vlad TV, right? This is Vlad TV being interviewed and asked about, being asked about the Vegas police, Las Vegas Police Department hitting him up about his QVD interview. Right? It just be every time I see you niggas go on them dudes' platforms, I just be looking like,
crazy.
I just be thinking to myself like they just do anything for clout, man. I see why the Migos made that song, man. For real, man.
They doing anything for clout.
Getting on, man.
They doing anything for clout.
I don't care how famous, popular I got, end up getting whatever the situation may be. I ain't never going on none of them people's platforms, man. I'll come to the smallest platform ever.
Definitely ain't gonna be out here spilling the these niggas be out here snitching on the whole shit.
Like, come on, man. Like,
you hear he's trying to bring more attention to it. You know what I mean? It's just you see the undertones, Gotta peep that. Gotta peep the undertones when you be watching all this media, listening to these media personalities. You gotta always look for the undertones of what you listen to.
Yeah, man, you definitely do, man. Like I say, pay attention to what they not saying versus what they are actually saying. Shout out to my brother XL Pro for sending me that, man. He did.
I'm taking for surface value, y'all.
It's crazy, man.
You're talking about if there's this epidemic in the Black community of fatherlessness. What have you done to combat fatherlessness in the Black community?
Okay, so you're accepting that we have an issue with fatherlessness in the Black community. You're accepting that, I assume.
I'm not. You said that.
I didn't think so. So you're not accepting it, and you're asking me, what am I doing about something you don't accept?
No, you're. My question is clear as day. Is that have you not done anything to combat fatherlessness?
You just now acknowledged, in your opinion, that what I just now said isn't even a problem.
Larry, please answer. What have you done to combat fatherlessness?
I'm waiting for Rachel to answer my question.
I've already answered that question.
So you want me to respond to a problem?
Larry.
It's your campaign, Larry. Larry, this is your campaign. Your campaign is about fatherlessness. I'm giving you the floor to talk about how you have combat fatherlessness because you say it is such an issue in this country and you don't want to answer the question?
I'm happy to answer the question, provided that you acknowledge that there is a problem.
Larry, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
That's your stance, nigga. It ain't our job to explain your stance if you're a politician, nigga. Like, you come to our platform to explain what you do, what you're talking about, what you're running off of. Like, if somebody come on Virgil's platform,
right,
he could give you an intro and he may know everything about what you do, but the whole reason he's bringing you on there is for you to talk about what you do, why you do it. It's not. I feel him. Like, man, you know what? Get the fuck off my shit, man. You know, this shit ain't going nowhere. What you want me to talk about? Like, now you want me to boost your ego. Now it's turning into an ego type shit. Like, you want me to talk about you all night? I mean, unless I'm actually doing a show on you willingly, that's different. But if you're on the platform, nigga, you talk about what you do. We asking you, explain. We get, like, they're giving him the platform to talk. And whether he thought it was a valuable platform or not, like, nigga, what you want to explain? And fatherlessness is not a good thing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't run no campaign off of that. I mean, that could be something that you might want to address in what you do in your agenda. I would salute that, but to make a campaign around that ain't, you know what I mean?
That's not it, is it?
That's not it. And that's why I feel like, and I think that's what he knew, that going on platforms like that, people were challenging. And, you know, same thing we see when people don't hold themselves accountable, and we see people get combative when they don't want to hold themselves accountable for the bullshit that they doing. Yeah. You know?
This dude, Larry Elder, man, he got Boule written all over him, man. I really haven't looked into who this guy is because I really just don't care. You know what I'm talking about? To be honest with you, I really don't feel the need to. But I'm pretty sure he's Boule. He looked like it. He looked like the old Alpha Fly Alpha something.
And like I said, I didn't even know who that was, but, and you know, some of his things that he, you know, and like I said, you know, I couldn't only judge off of what that clip was. And from that clip, not even knowing who it was, if you are running, I need, you know, you explain what you're doing. And some of the things he say make sense, and shit like that don't make sense. So get your ass off the platform. Like, I'm a nigga, I don't care how much, you know what I mean? You could be that could have been Kanye, whoever the fuck it was, Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Like, if you ain't gonna say what you trying to do, get off. Like, what the fuck am I even doing here?
Check this out.
Uh-oh.
A failure is when you quit. Then you're a failure. But when you do something for the first airport, you're chipping away at for something. You got to come back and do it.
Tap in, walk with us back that
like that. When you quit, then you're a failure. But when you do something for the first time, expectation of doing it right is not realistic. So you can't look at a learning experience as a loss. It's like thinking when you go to the gym, you're going to work out one day and you buy muscles. And then you're going to call it a loss if you don't. Or if you like hurt yourself or something. You got to come back and do it over and over again until you're good at it. Nothing good happens overnight. Anything overnight that feels good, don't trust it. I think the number one lesson is not to worry. You know, what's going to happen is going to happen. Why not just look cool? You know what I mean? Why panic and yell and get all that, you know? So I think the lesson is to breathe easy. The lesson is the more you prepare for your future, the less it's going to cost in the future. And I want people to see that what's through. People really don't like to think. If there's someone in the room that'll think for you, they'll give you that alley-oop every single time. You know, if there's an equation that needs to be solved that you could think through, but, you know, you could just ask somebody, you know, I'm that guy that everyone asks. Don't ask that shit too. Like, yo, you know you could have figured that out. Just because my mind moves quicker don't mean your shit move at all. It means you should fucking work on your mind. Read some books. There's workouts for your brain. There's workouts for your heart and your soul. There's workouts for your organs. There's workouts for your muscles. You know, there's all kind of workouts, you know. So what I'm going to work out is I like the fact that when I'm a certain age that I can move around like I'm young. But that was an investment when I was young. So it was like I got to eat right. I got to start working out now so I have muscle memory. Because I always visualize what I'm going to look like. So right now I'm like, what am I going to look like when I'm 85? I'm going to try to look like what I look like now. How I'm going to do that? Got to eat right. I got to do a certain amount of working out. I got to get a certain amount of rest. That's just art detecting the game. And instead of sitting around worrying about being old, I'm working on not being old by doing and working out and eating right and doing what I need to do. When you're chipping away at your problem, you feel good. Thinking that your problem means you're not attacking it at all.
That's a fact.
So too much worrying, too much thinking, and not have paper.
Man, I rock with my homie Dame. Man. I don't care what nobody say, man. Niggas be talking all niggas be saying whatever they want about Dame, man. You know what I'm saying? I got hella respect for Dame. Niggas be saying he bitter, he salty. I mean, I don't understand. Dame is like still very successful. He's still like rich as fuck.
He just put his own money up for his own ventures.
I'm just saying, like, he's a super, like, you have to respect that. Like, you cannot not acknowledge Dame Dash's business acumen. He's managed to stay relevant and in business, making money at a high level for the past 20 some odd years, man. Like you have to respect that.
Yeah.
All right.
And all you could do is maintain your level. You know what I mean? That's what a lot of people get. Like we were talking about earlier. How they don't know their position. They don't know what role they need to play. You're always trying to play somebody. This social media got a lot of people's brain fucked up, right?
Yeah, hey. Y'all know how these people is out here nowadays, man. People is just into social engineering and they just all enamored by it and they just see this stuff on here and they're just like, oh, I want to live my life like that. And it's not real.
No.
It's not real.
Not even close.
Getting your ass up every day and taking out your job every day, that's real.
Working on your craft, whatever you're doing.
Whatever it is you're doing, going to school, if you got your own business, whatever the situation is, that's real.
Hard work and dedication.
That is what's real, man.
It's the only thing that's real.
That is what's real, man. Shout out to Dame, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We rock with Dame over here at Real Talk, man. I'd love to interview Dame, man. I got some interesting questions.
Somebody get knocked out with this card.
I got some interesting questions for Dame. If he was to ever let me interview him.
Jesus, like roll niggas.
Got some very interesting questions for you, Dame. I would love to ask you some. Wonder if he would even let me ask him. You know? Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm dead, yeah. I'm whatever.
All right, we're gonna keep it going then, man. We still here. You know what I'm talking about? We still here. Pop said that was a contract. Crazy. Pop said that was a contract put on her, man.
Oh, earlier? I feel that, man. Like that.
That's what it seemed like, man.
Man, I just, even before Verge even got to tell me what happened, I'm gonna rewind the tape. I just was like, man, hold up, this shit don't even sound right. And then when we even seen it was a nigga, I would have thought it, like, if you would have said, like, how, you know, Breakfast Club do, like, who was the whatever, like, the suspect, I would have never thought it would have been a black dude. I'm like, hold up. And I discriminating, and then the nigga it looked like it's like, you know, see a point that like nigga, you know what I mean? Like, where the sweater vets at? Like, this is the nigga that's in the fucking streets. Heavy.
You talking about the killed dog girl?
Yeah, with felonies, like how did he get in the building? Like that's the first question we need answered. Like how did he get in the building? How did he get up to the floor?
Yeah, spooky,
and
man.
like that's what how did he even get in the building at that time of night? It's a security guard.
Yeah, that's spooky, man. I'm gonna look into that, man. We're gonna talk about that sometime next week too, man.
Yeah, we need some questions answered. We need to get on your first double.
Oh, that's good.
The Virgil Gumbo.
Yeah. Tap in, walk with us, man. About to play a classic E.N.E track right now. You know what I'm talking about? This is that Dada's, man, off of that E.N.E Presents the Stimulus Package. This is the album we dropped, the group album we dropped, you understand me, during the pandemic. You feel me? Classic album.
Yeah, man.
You know?
The first group actual worked on effort project. Honestly, like all the other shit we just put together.
Yeah.
But this was something we actually worked on. So I really enjoyed doing this.
This is the stimulus package. You feel me?
Part of this. I was grateful to be a part of this experience, y'all.
Yeah, man. Tap in with this one, man.
Get your paper, fuck these haters, da da da, da da da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater, da da da, da da da. Y'all be tasters, got no flavor, da da da, da da da. Got my place, I'll catch you later, da da da, da da da. Get your paper, fuck these haters, da da da, da da da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater, da da da, da da da. Y'all be tasters, got no flavor, da da da. Da, da, da. Got my plays up, catch you later, peace. See your little shots, no reply. Why you in such a rush to die? One line to do it, don't need the influence. Caught in the movement, clocked all your movements. No tick rolling, pip it be on me. If I grip the 40, calling you homie. Now you be homie, ran to the A. Call me, don't wait, made me to play the low fade. They lie to your face, we up in the race. Business is great, no kin to relate. I doubled the play, fuck it, I buried the play. Home, I just ran with the play. You are what you eat, mixing my lamb with my goat. Lambo the flow, bubble the play. On the low, never I wait for the show. Hop in this road, 5 more to go. We up in the fees, we be cool like Caribbean breeze. Now time to leave, money to trees. Life said at ease, on this shit, baby. Go put the baby, we mashing this baby. Screaming out, fuck you, just pay me. You cannot outweigh me. One day with 80, nigga don't play king. Da da da, da da da. Get your paper, fuck these haters. Da da da, da da da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater. Da da da, da da da. Y'all be tasters, got no flavor. Da da da, da da da. Got my place, I'll catch you later. Da da da, da da da. Get your paper, fuck these haters. Da da da, da da da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater. Da da da, da da da. Y'all be tasteless, got no flavor. Da da da, da da da. Got my plays up, catch you later.
Check. These niggas bite our style like a Florida Gators. Some niggas show love, but even more of them hate it. Had to get my CC dub updated. The scope got me aiming with one eye like a Raider. Break a pound down to 16 bits like a Sega. You end up in the jam, don't bring a nigga name up. The prosecutor will bullshit you and have you switching on your team like a 2K player. Told you should've had the mask on like Darth Vader. You didn't take note like your car was all paid up. Boy, you was lucky cause you must have been prayed up. Cause somehow the judge just threw the whole case out. From the east side, it really ain't no safe out. The strip still booming even when D's on the stakeout. We can cook beef like the Japanese steakhouse. She could've did M, but she rather do takeout. This that shit that make the hustlers want to bring the rape out. My network got me touching down in Cape Town. Used to bother me, but we used to the hate now. Verbal battery for the abuse that we gave out for my team. I do the dirty work like Erasure. Can't make a blueprint unless you got a layout. This shit too hot, man. We never gonna flame out. This shit unfair like moss on the fade route. da 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 da. Get your paper, fuck these haters. Da 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 da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater. Da 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 da. Y'all be tasters, got no flavor. Da 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 da. Got my place, I'll catch you later. Da 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 da. Get your paper, fuck these haters. Da 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 da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater. Da 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 da. Y'all be tasters, got no flavor. Da 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 da. Got my place, I'll catch you later. Peace.
I'm an E.N.E representative. Got plenty bits like with no fucks to give. All you hating ass niggas just run your lips. Lord will fall back before you see these clips. No bullshit, we ain't playing no games. Go against us trying to make you a name. That's equivalent to a clout chaser or what me and my brethren refer to as lame. Woke up this morning with a bankroll. New day, same clothes. King L's hit me up on my cell phone. Said it's E.N.E until the day that we go. You know I feel the same way. Give a fuck what a fuck nigga really gotta say. They thought I had the Mac, but I really got the K. They still think I sell crack, but I found another way. Yeah, y'all niggas jokes. Y'all niggas really fake woke. Y'all really don't want no smoke. Rain man, make it rain man with less showers. Leaving all these niggas soaked. Big paws, talk big shit, got big balls. Y'all big bitch, y'all being broads. Y'all cannot fuck with the squad. We all like dogs.
Da 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 da. Get your paper, fuck these haters. Da 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 da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater. Da 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 da. Y'all be tasters, got no flavor. Da 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 da. Got my place, I'll catch you later. Da 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 da. Get your paper, fuck these haters. Da 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 da. Fuck y'all haters, we be greater. Da 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 da. Y'all be tasters, got no flavor. Da 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 da. Got my place, I'll catch you later. Peace.
Yeah, tapping that like bro, cooking the bell, subscribe to the page. On by. You need to do it. You need Friday. You know?
You can knock up with the squad. We are like gods.
You know what I'm talking about, man? Hey, man. Lots of interesting stuff, man. You hear me, man? We over here sipping on this E.N.E juice, man. And I sit over here feeling great. You feel me? Feeling awesome right now, man. You hear me? It's a beautiful thing, man. We off that Donnie H, man. It was with that Cuervo, man, to make that E.N.E juice. You know what I'm talking about?
It's 3/4 Don H, 1/4 Jose Cuervo Silver.
Indeed.
It's been dubbed by Stacks.
It's a good drink there.
Dubbed by Stacks. It's all right, look, what we're saying my phone.
E.N.E juice by Stacks with the facts, 3/4 Don. Yep. So that's definitely gonna be on the menu.
That's gonna be on the recipe menu, y'all. I don't play around with this. You know what I mean? We're about to have a real menu for y'all. So, you know, that's actually the first drink that we actually got a name for that's been created, and it just got created on the show. And that will be on the website. You know what I mean? It's gonna be on there. Shout out to Stack.
You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is, man.
Wait till hey man, we're gonna try to go to ice one.
All right. Listen to this.
With that E.N.E tequila.
2005, I've seen a version of every kind of vagina out there. I can't being a guy who would have what he could have, not what he wants. And then when it shifts so fast that you go, what happened? You're not prepared for it. And they're so excited you're going to meet. And you just have the greatest time of your life. Now look, in 2005, you start feeling like you're hot. So all of a sudden you have transformed. You're a bad bitch, right? So now that you're this bad bitch, right? You're looking at, the girl's looking at you and you're going, oh, she thinks she's going to get me. And now you think you're so hot that you're running from the girls. But the after party is not happening in your hotel room anymore because you had this newfound value for yourself that you're running to be in the room by yourself. And that period was the period that I actually was going through contracts and kind of learning what I committed to. Between 2003 and 2005, I've seen a version of every kind of vagina out there. I can't being a guy who would have what he could have, not what he wants.
And then when it shifts so fast that you go, what happened? You're not prepared for it. And they're so excited you go meet. And you just have the greatest time of your life. Now look, in 2005, you start feeling like you're hot. So all of a sudden you have transformed. You're a bad bitch, right? So now that you're this bad bitch, right? You're looking at the girls looking at you and you're going, oh, she thinks she's gonna get me. And now you think you're so hot that you're running from the girl.
Pause, right?
I get what he's saying.
Nah,
man.
fuck all that.
Nah,
man.
I do get what he's saying.
Nah, man, fuck
when you
all
really
that,
stop.
I get what he's saying too, but listen here.
I don't like the analogy, or you know what I mean. But I get what he's
This
saying.
nigga 50 recorded himself a bad bitch.
Yeah, you can't do that.
50 said you're a bad bitch, right? Talking about
could have been a different way to flip it.
That just threw it all off, man. Like
it threw it all off. It threw the G off. Like he actually had a good idea. He just said that shit.
He the main nigga that be trying to talk shit about niggas. Y'all sit here and think, boy, Curtis ain't, man, listen here.
I normally, and it's fucked up because I'm one of the ones that rock with. I rock with 50 heavy. I mean,
y'all think 50 ain't did
he
some
was actually
compromising shit. Y'all crazy.
Well, he was actually kicking with some good shit until he used the wrong analogy.
Like, bruh, like, why would you say that,
That
man?
wasn't the right way to say it. I get what you're saying, and it makes 100% sense, but that's not. You could do a better analogy, bro. You know what I mean? That wasn't a good analogy. It wasn't a good analogy.
Ass analogy.
That was. He's way better than that. What is it? He's a rapper.
That was terrible.
You wouldn't expect that from a rapper.
That was terrible, 50, man.
Yeah, that was bad. You fumbled the rock of the
That nigga called himself a bad bitch, man.
Yeah, and like I said, I get with the whole point, the concept. You know, he brought it home, but it wasn't. Yeah, that analogy wasn't. That's gonna do it too. You're putting a great show in Tennessee. I gotta give him that.
Man, listen here, man. This nigga 50 said, you're a bad bitch, man. Listen to this nigga.
Yeah,
man. Between 2003 and 2005, that I've seen a version of every kind of vagina out there. I can't being a guy who would have what he could have, not what he wants. And then when it shifts so fast that you go, what happened? You're not prepared for it. And they're so excited you go meet. And you just have the greatest time of your life. Now look, in 2005, you start feeling like you're hot. So all of a sudden you have transformed. You're a bad bitch, right? So now that you're this bad bitch, right, you're looking at the girl.
Why would he say that, man?
He didn't even have to say that.
Why would you say that, man?
He had already made his point. Like, the point was already made. Like,
why would you say that, 50, man?
Yeah, that was my thing. Like, he had already made his point. The staple was already good. He even had the interview already, like, laughing. He was
bad bitch, though.
And then he threw the extra sauce.
He said it twice, man. He said it twice.
He did. And it's crazy because, you know, you think about it, like, you know, you go through your errors where you able to get anything.
So now, from now on out, whenever I hear 50 Cent talk, this is how he gonna be sounding in my head. My name is 50 Cent, and I'm a bad bitch. That's how he gonna sound to me every time he talk from now on, man. That nigga 50 gonna sound just like that to me in my head. My name is 50 Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and I'm a bad bitch. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh, God, this nigga.
He didn't even say it like that.
That's how it sounded in my head when he said it, though.
He didn't say it like that.
That's the way it sounded in my head, though, because men don't talk like that. So
yeah,
that's not the nomenclature of verbiage a man would use when referring to himself.
I'm gonna give him
Since when is niggas who's considered men referring to themselves as a bad bitch? You let me know where that's happening at.
I just think he fumbled the analogy.
That nigga, he said what he said with gusto. He meant to say that.
He said it.
He said it twice.
He did.
He said it twice.
I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. But I just.
The girl's looking at you and you're going, oh, she thinks she's gonna get me. And now you think you're so hot that you're running from the girls. The after party is not happening.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
You have transformed. You're a bad bitch, right? So now that you're this bad bitch, right? You're looking at the girls looking.
He said, you're a bad bitch.
You have transformed. You're a bad bitch, right? So now that
of your life. Now look, in 2005, you start feeling like you're hot. So all of a sudden, you have transformed. You're a bad bitch, right? So now
You're a
this
bad bitch.
right?
You're a bad bitch. Tell me when y'all heard that he ain't sound sassy when he said that. He ain't sound real, you know what I'm saying, real tender when he said that, real sassy.
Yeah, like I said, it was a bad. It's definitely a fumble.
That nigga said, "You're a bad bitch."
But nah, but hey,
50, you ain't even saying.
50 fumbled that analogy. Wait, hey, it was crazy. I just read one of his books, what's it, the Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter joint. It was actually a good joint, but yeah, damn. Yeah, that was a bad analogy. It just, I mean, that's all it is. I get the analogy. Even when he painted the picture, I get what he's saying. You know what I mean? You go through your phases when you popping out in the streets or whatever, or wherever realm you are. Like when you able to have your choice or your options, you know, as some would say, with whatever woman you want, to the point where, you know, like I used to DJ. I'm gonna keep it 100. I used to DJ, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like,
hey, Mr. DJ.
It's something about a DJ that when
Yeah. Tap in, walk with us, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the page, man.
Been through it, y'all.
You know what I'm talking about?
We used to be on stages, rocking stages, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, like,
this nigga 50 Cent talking about some here.
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but he used the wrong analogy.
Shout out to my brother XL Pro for that one, man.
That's a bad analogy. 50 Bird, he could have used a different analogy, but I get what he's saying. Birds get what he's saying too.
I get what he's saying. The way he said it turned into something different, though.
But you get the analogy.
That nigga said that shit's sassier than a motherfucker, man.
But you get the analogy. You gotta admit that you get the analogy.
Yeah, but I mean, it was pointless in saying it.
He didn't have to
when
say
you
it.
saying that soft ass shit behind it, nigga. What you say that
that's my
for?
thing is that he had already made his point even before he put the extra. Like it was like he had to put that extra, and he did because the interviewer was already rocking with him and he was already laughing and he was already good. Then he went a little far.
Yeah, he just took it too far, man.
Yeah, he didn't have to.
Why did you even say that, bro?
He didn't have to.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why you even say that, man? You know what I mean? He could have kept that to you. Could say anything but that. An arrest has been made in Tupac Shakur's killing. Here's what we know about the case and the rapper.
Oh, also, 150. He in that new movie that just dropped, The Expendables 4 too.
Yeah, he is.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he is in that movie. An arrest has been made in Tupac Shakur's killing. Here's what we know about the case and the rapper. An arrest has been made in Tupac Shakur's killing, the latest twist in one of the biggest unsolved cases in hip-hop history. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was arrested on suspicion of murder early Friday morning, according to two officials with first-hand knowledge of the arrest. All right, hold on. Let me throw Keefe D's goofy-looking ass up on the screen. Keefe D.
But it's crazy because this nigga barely kept that gun for what, 20,
right.
22?
Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was arrested on suspicion of murder on Friday morning, according to two officials with first-hand knowledge of the arrest. They were not authorized to speak publicly ahead of an expected indictment later Friday. The case returned to the spotlight in July when Nevada authorities served a search warrant in connection with the rap star shooting death. Here's what to know about one of the most infamous fatal shooters in hip-hop history. Related stories. Police seized laptop memoir from Vegas area home of witness to Tupac Shakur's 1996 killing. A Las Vegas area home searched by police investigating the killing of rapper Tupac Shakur in 1996 is tied to Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. Tupac Shakur's long assault killing again spotlight as Las Vegas police conduct search. Authorities in Nevada say they have served a search warrant in connection with the long assault killing of rapper Tupac Shakur in September 1996. After nearly 30 years, there's movement in the case. This is all different shit. I'm thinking this is the same. Yeah, man. So that's just, Keefe D done sit up there and got bagged in the who's guy behind this stuff, man. I don't think Keefe D did it. Some just tell me he ain't do it. You know, something in my water if you would, man. It's something in my water if you would. It's just telling me he ain't do it. What y'all think? You know,
I think he was in the car, but like you said, we don't really. I don't know. It's just
here
the
is.
niggas was firing on the niggas. So
here it is. What?
Who was the shooter? Yeah, who was the shooter in the car? We
Damn,
know who was
30
all in the
years
car.
later, man.
We know who all was in the car. My thing is, why he still had a gun after 20 plus years in his house. That's the worst shit about anything. Like, even if somebody did it, why the fuck is y'all niggas still got the gun? Who the fuck got a 20-year trophy at their house where niggas could come raid the house and get the motherfucking weapon? Man, this gotta be the dumbest shit ever. If that shit wasn't in the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean or some shit, I mean, they right there by the Pacific. Like, they right there. This nigga had the gun in his house. I don't care if he did it or didn't. He deserved to go to jail for having a weapon. Like, at least do some time. Like, even if you ain't do it, you deserve to sit down for having that. I don't care what kind of niggas don't carry trophies for murders. This ain't no memorabilia contest or no shit. That nigga dumb as hell. Like, yeah, he deserved to sit down for some time. Like, for even if he didn't do it, you deserve to sit down. If he could prove he didn't do it, he still deserved to sit down for having that fucking weapon and not telling nobody you had that weapon for that long. In a case like that, like they gonna hit you with what's it called? Evidence tampering or something. He gonna sit down for something no matter what. He might get off for, like he said, the killing. He might not get the killing, but he gonna sit for something. Like, he broke some law somewhere. He got to have a fucking murder weapon in your house. Like, nigga, it's the internet world, man.
Like, you supposed to be an OG, Keefe D, man.
This is
that gun's supposed to be broken all the way down, and one part go to Allen Creek, one part go to Hoover Dam, one part go. You know what I'm talking about?
I almost want to hope it's a conspiracy that somebody try to plant the shit on himself, just to help that the nigga ain't that dumb. Like, I just refuse to believe the nigga's that dumb. This is a dumb, silly clown, whatever bad word you can think of it. It's all of that. Donkey of the day, idiot face, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, every fucking derogatory, like, dumb shit, stupid. You know what I mean? It's all of that. Like, nigga, 20, how many years is that? 96? Shit, we almost on 30 years. It's 27 years, 26 years. And you still have that shit? Like I said, even if you ain't do it, you deserve to go down because you was in the car. We know that. So, and we know everybody else damn near in the car is dead, ain't they? Ain't everybody that was in the car dead? Except for Keefe D?
I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, don't you think that's kind of strange?
And it was 4 niggas in the car. You know what I mean? Like,
man, listen here.
Like I said, even if he ain't do it, he deserved to sit because he even if he the last nigga living, if you the last nigga living and still got the murder weapon, you a dumbass nigga and deserve to sit just like they did OJ. Because OJ, it's fucked up. Oh, I still don't think OJ should have went to jail, but if they made OJ sit for him trying to get back his memorabilia,
that was messed up.
you know what I mean? This nigga was trying to get his shit back. Like, if he was trying to get his own memorabilia and had to sit for 8 years, this nigga got to sit at least for the same time as OJ. Like, you have to. And I'll probably tack on the extra 2 or 3 because what you actually had was way worse than OJ. Like, you need to sit longer than OJ, honestly. Like, man, this nigga's down, nigga. I can't believe this shit. Like, it's almost like when I first heard it, they raided his house and got the actual gun. This was some months back. I can't remember when that first story broke. I'm like, that shit gotta be the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard in murder case history. Like, and it's crazy because it ain't even getting that much media coverage like you would think it would get.
Right.
You know? Like, as such a polarizing figure that Tupac is to the hip hop community, because I think everybody kind of feel the same way about it. I think that's why, honestly. We had talked about it on the blogs real quick, but it ain't even catching no fire. Like, and for somebody like Tupac, you would think it'd be way bigger. Maybe they'll find Biggie's killer soon too.
I was just about to say that. Crazy you just said that. Man, listen here, man.
Because honestly, I think Big got caught up in some bullshit too.
And this dude, Keefy D, was sitting up here on YouTube and the internet going crazy for the past few years, man. You hear me, man? Going crazy. For all y'all Apple people talking about y'all iPhones, right? iPhone screens have a hidden QR code to help Apple control product costs, production costs.
What the fuck that even mean?
You probably never seen the QR code printed on your iPhone screen because it's so microscopic that most people have no idea there's a QR code there. A new report from the information details how Apple has been putting microscopic codes on the iPhone since 2020 to help the company control its production costs and save hundreds of millions of dollars. There are a lot of QR codes printed on the iPhone's internal components, and you can easily see them if you open your iPhone, which we don't recommend, of course. Why not? These codes help Apple find out more details about the origin of these components, but surprisingly, even the iPhone screen has a hidden barcode. According to the report, the barcodes are engraved on the iPhone's glass at different angles or different stages of the manufacturing. The information mentions that the company developed this system in 2020. It helps Apple to track and reduce defects.
This is a graphic turning it. I wonder why they had shirts on. That's
the information mentions that the company developed this system in 2020, and it helps Apple to track and reduce defects on its production line.
So you said it's a QR code that's like just on the screen. That, like, what does it do? Is it something they can like scan or something to other phones, or does that have like a benefit to it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a little different, man. Them iPhones, man, they just be sounding so hot. I don't know. I'm almost feeling like I need to go back to the old school little Fed phones, a little pay phone.
No, that way they want to go back to one of them joints, man.
Go get me a minute phone up in this bitch, like, dude.
Oh my God, man! These stories is just getting crazier and crazier, man.
Shit, take me back to the old school, man. Man, this shit crazy. This technology, man, they got us, man. We love it. We hooked. Unless you about to be like the Unabomber and go off the grid and go live in the woods. Which is crazy is that we all should at least know how to do it. Even if we don't do it, we should all at least try to acquire the skills that would allow us to live off the grid if we ever would want to live off the grid. You know what I mean? Like, we should all learn how to live off the land and how to actually fend for ourselves if ever need.
Right.
So, you know, like, we laugh at mountain men and all that shit, but at the end of the day, like, you want to learn how to, like, actually cultivate your own food, hunt your own food, grow your own food. You know, if you ever had to actually, if you was the last person on this damn earth and everything shut down and you ain't had no food, no nothing. You know what I mean? It's just some shit like that. Like, I'll be thinking about that because there's a lot of weird shit that's been going on lately. So I definitely want to learn how to grow my own food. I'm gonna take some classes. They actually got classes in the city that's free that teach you about agriculture. So once I'm gonna get that information, I'm gonna actually try to get my man on the show, Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Bird, then you had a cat on here that was talking about that before. You know Jermaine Mitchell. He run with Dame Pop and all them, and he make the t-shirts. He do the cooking. He do he got the gumbo spot, the gumbo food truck, all that.
Gumbo food truck. Hold on.
I mean, he cooked the gumbo. I don't know if he got a food truck. I think he at least cooked it. He got the gumbo joint.
Gumbo sound good right about now, boy. Yeah. Smash that like, man, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man.
That's an old homie from back in the day. He used to be with like Yellow D. That was part of Yellow D's crew.
We over here sipping on this E.N.E juice, you did.
I'm over here walking on the damn.
Over here, butter like breakfast toast.
Hold up.
Fly me to the moon.
Hey, did y'all notice the moon was a little bit bigger tonight? Y'all look in the sky tonight?
Y'all still think the moon is real, huh?
I ain't saying it's real. I'm just saying I feel like they pulled it a little closer because it's looking a little bigger. Like, I don't know. Go ahead. Y'all look at it and then y'all get back and holler at birds and tell me if y'all look outside because the moon is full.
Fully
full. And glowing. It's glowing. It's glistening in the sky. It's not a cloud in the sky anywhere in America right now. It is glistening tonight.
Yeah.
And that moon looked like it was pulled a little closer. You know what I mean? I ain't saying it was, but y'all look in the sky when y'all rolling tonight and just tell me what y'all think y'all see. Or go outside right now and look at the sky if you're outside. Because some of y'all on the West Coast, y'all should see the moon because the shit came out early out here.
Right.
The shit come out about 8 o'clock. So y'all.
When I was on over here, I seen it bright. I said, damn.
Yeah, it's bright and it's looking just a little bigger than what it normally be. And it's placed kind of closer. It's lower. It was lower when I seen it. Normally it'd be higher in the sky. It's a little low. But y'all tell me, if I'm tripping, I'm tripping. I wasn't smoking or nothing.
Nah, I seen that moon. That joint was looking crazy.
It's looking yellow, it's glowing, and it's closer.
Yeah, man.
It's very visible, and it's lower to the earth. It's lower to the earth than what it normally looks like.
Hey, man, resting the ashes to pop, man. You know what I'm talking about? I guess Keefe D is being the guy, labeled as the guy who did it, so.
I see, man.
Yeah. He's being depicted as the guy who did it, so.
I said, Keefe D got the lawyers to get him out of this.
You know.
Hey, she about to break her ankle. She on top. 4 minutes of an ankle lock ain't cool.
Ain't cool at all, Jack. You hear me?
Smash
that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. We about to get up out of here, man. Yeah, fly me to the moon. You know? Yeah, man. We here, man. Damn.
Show birds that I was off for every day.
What? That's crazy. Why they ain't on there? Was that candy?
It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see what it say now?
Yeah. Mushroom Belgian chocolate.
This little one.
This nigga was off of this chocolate, the shrooms chocolate. Hey, listen here, man.
That shit was crazy.
I gotta sit up here and do this, man. What's going on there? I'm gonna see if I do it on here too.
What's that?
Trying to play Songs of the Lambs, man. Doing some weird stuff, man.
Oh. Yeah, I gotta
God's on your side, right? Why don't we do
put this on all popcorn,
See y'all tomorrow with a special exclusive show. I'm gonna make a post tomorrow, man. Smash that like button, click and go subscribe to the page, man. Tap in, walk with us, man. You hear me, man? Hey, we'll talk Podclass. We'll be back on the regular page on Sunday. Tap and walk with us today and tomorrow, man. Let's go.
E.N.E, King L stacks, 60 cruising 4-ways. I used to chef them up. Whip game, had my wrist game. You get sick as fuck. 100 G Franco with that stone face, Jesus head. Pockets full of dough, man. I used to call it Peter Red. Had to leave the game alone, cause now you don't know who the feds. They poppin' pills as it perks and mix it all with Sudafed. E.N.E, bitch, we on the up. Writing this crap got me reminiscing on bagging up. Bagging up. A 16 is a brick. Don't think I'm passing much. And the look is just like the overs. I want my fucking cutter. The rap game is like the dope game nowadays. A bunch of fake ass hustlers who really in the way. King L's, he send me that word. I make him go away. Overboard, under the boat. It's like a snow away. Bruce Lee boy balls. You know I got my glow today. Girl, so cold, man. It really might snow today. Lace up your Timbo boots. Zip up your bubble down. Just let them grams cook up and watch them bubble down. King L's and Pray Man told y'all we got that bubble now. E.N.E, we got the bubble now.
I'm about to swerve in this bitch. Here's a couple packs, I'm about to serve him this shit. Word is slurs, 5 niggas, no words in the creek.